Direction right on track. A vibrant leader, bold and wise. With and
Boko.
watch us rise. A brand new team.
DJ, pull it down for me. Good evening, Boko. Nah. We ain't ready yet. We ain't ready to start this evening yet. I say good evening, Boko.
PNM.
That was a little better. I want you to take a deep breath. And let it out. Now when I say it, you go answer me. Good evening, Boko.
PNM.
That song a lot better. Are we ready? PNM people. Ooh. I hearing them answers echoing further away. This evening we are in the beautiful community of Boku, and we are here to conclude our rounds of meetings, but to take to another level the message of the People's National Movement, where we are saying to all of Tobago that we are prepared to put Tobago first again this evening. As we begin our proceedings, I want to invite Miss Anissa Cruikshank to come to open us with a word of prayer. Let's welcome her as she comes. Please stand with me.
Pleasant good night, everyone. Good night, everyone. Good night, PNM family. Good night, Boku. Good night, Tobago. So I was tasked tonight to say the prayer, eyes closed, heads bowed. Dear God and Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day that you made, God. And you said for us to rejoice and for us to be glad. Dear God, you brought us tonight in one piece, and I pray, God, that your peace that passeth all understanding fall on your people tonight, God. All under the sound of my voice, Father Lord, I pray, God, that discernment come in this time, in this season, in this hour. Those, dear God, Heavenly Father, God, that are on their way, dear God, I pray, God, that you open up their minds, they open up their hearts, so that you will be able to minister to them and they will be able to see and understand the times that we are in, Father Lord. I pray, God, for each and every person who will be going up for election on Monday. I pray, dear God, that you touch them, you cover their families, you cover their vehicles, even right now, in the name of Jesus. I pray, dear God, Heavenly Father, God, that you send forth your fire, you send forth your rain, you send forth your blessing, dear God, and you do exactly what you said you will do, Father God. I pray, dear God, Heavenly Father, God, that this will be a fight, and this will be a clean fight. Even right now, dear God, Heavenly Father, God, tongues, dear God, Heavenly Father, God, that would have risen. We condemn them even right now in the name of Jesus. We decree and declare that Jesus will reign and will rule over Tobago. We decree and declare that Jesus will reign and rule over Boku. We decree and declare that Jesus will rule and reign over each constituency in Tobago. And at the end of the day, we will be able to say, great is the PNM, and we shall prevail. Good night, everyone.
Please remain standing as we observe our nation's national anthem. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. DJ, our theme song. Let me put our flag bearers on notice. I need you up here. Every flag bearer.
We took the test, now we're coming back with our very best. We built the schools, the roads, the ground. In every village, progress found. We learned, we grew, we took a stand. Now we're moving with a brand new plan. Put Tobago first again. Let progress start again. From Roxborough to Scarborough, we're building back our tomorrow. From Belfast to Monaco, hope restored in one accord. A new mandate, a stronger hand. Putting Tobago first again. 10,000 jobs, a future bright. Homes for families, a better life. We kept the faith through every fight.
Boko,
Now
good
our vision shining
evening.
bright. Hospitals standing proud and tall. Community centers for one and all. From fishing bays to farmers' hands, we gave new hope across the land. We're moving forward, not looking back. A new direction, right on track. A vibrant leader, bold and wise. With Ansel Dennis, watch us rise. A brand new team with heart and might to lead Tobago to the light. Stronger together, hand in hand, we're building on this sacred land. Put Tobago first again.
Thank you,
Progress
Mr.
starts
DJ.
again. From Roxborough to Scarborough.
Thank you, Mr. DJ.
PNM.
You respect that?
Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. To our online viewers, we want to say welcome as well. We are in the community of Boko. The big one. I find all your coal. All in hand sign me, man. All you in here, man, what? We in Boko tonight.
PNM.
Come now, man. They messaged me today, several messages from those on the opposite side. And they said to me that we want you to behave yourself. I say, okay, no problem. But not tonight. Because tonight we have a message to send. Because, ladies and gentlemen, this election is not about how many hampers you could give out at Christmas time. I said this election is not about how many bicycles you could roll out in the road. This election is not even about how many billboards you could erect to say what is coming soon. This election is not about how much nice clothes you could print and how you could flood all of Tobago with light blue, dark blue, paint the pot in blue, paint all the wall and them in blue. This election is not about that. This election is about the performance appraisal of an administration that has governed Tobago for the last 48 months. That is what we are grading them on. And if we have to grade them successfully, as in pass, or if they fail, ladies and gentlemen, I do not think there is any other grade that we can look at tonight. Because if we ask, did they manage money well? Fail. They fail. If we ask, did they take care of our students? Fail. Did they take care of our vulnerable? Fail. Did they fix any of our roads? Fail. Did they ensure that the hospital have medication? Fail. Did they ensure that we had working ambulances? Fail. So, ladies and gentlemen, this election is an election where we grade the last 48 months, whether they perform or they didn't perform. And as far as we are concerned, and it is going to be echoed by my first speaker tonight, a young man who has sat back for the last 48 months and been the victim even sometimes of this horror of a THA administration and has seen firsthand what it is they have to offer, coming after what the People's National Movement had put in place for young people. Join with me this evening as we prepare to welcome to the podium this evening a young man full of fire, a young man who come to sweep us off our feet. Welcome with me, with Jesus love in your heart, young Mr. Daniel Wilson!
Sleeping time. Sleeping time. Sleeping time. I was in the laboratory when somebody showed me him. Somebody said that I'm not today. The boss could take care of them. And in this crowd was singing loud, going to the convention. When we walk in big screen and ting, oh Lord, what a session. In the hand was a plan and he start to jam. He hit them bam bam bam. Somebody say you got to like the man. He had a touch of Eric William. Hallelujah.
Buku, how you feeling?
Hallelujah. What the opposition get, they go take.
Good night, PNM people. Are they looking good? Are they looking good? When all you see the coquille boom, you know what time it is. It's sweeping time.
PNM.
Allow me to stand on the protocols already established. Brothers and sisters, friends and family, fellow Tobagonians, I greet you under the warm hearts and open arms of the People's National Movement. A movement 69 going on 70 years old. A movement that has never left the ground. A movement born in struggle, forged in discipline, and tested by time. This movement of Dr. Eric Eustace Williams that taught us that our greatest ambitions are within reach, that no child is too small to dream big, and no community too rural to rise. A movement that reminds us that where we start does not define where we end, and that with discipline and a belief in ourselves, ordinary Tobagonians just like you, just like me, can achieve extraordinary things. Brothers and sisters, make no mistake that whether you like us or not, tonight, tomorrow, and after Election Day, we all stand as proud products of the plans and policies of the People's National Movement.
PNM.
And tonight, brothers and sisters, I say that not with arrogance, but with confidence. Because the People's National Movement does not deal up in empty talk. We deal in work done. We deal with action. And they often talk about our 21 years in THA governance and seek to refute the legitimate progress that we have made as an island. But when you look across at the island of Tobago, from Plymouth to Charlottesville, from Roxborough right down to Buku, you will see the fingerprints of the People's National Movement everywhere you go. Brothers and sisters, lest they forget or take it for granted, remind them that you will see it in the schools that were built and expanded so that our children can have a quality education and the foundation to dream bigger than their circumstances. Brothers and sisters, you will see it in the tertiary grants and scholarships that allow thousands of Tobagonian youth like me, like you, to become teachers, nurses, doctors, lawyers, engineers, and entrepreneurs. Brothers and sisters, lest they forget or take it for granted, remind them that you will see it in the youth facilities, the hard courts, the playing fields, and the wide zone spaces that keep our young people off the streets, that keep them focused and keep them out of trouble. Brothers and sisters, you will see it in the skills training programs, the apprenticeships, the youth development initiatives that seek to give young people the opportunity to earn an honest dollar and put food on the table. Brothers and sisters, when you drive through Tobago East and you drive through Tobago West, You're going to see it in the police stations, the community centers, the hospitals, and the public spaces like this banking Buku integrated facility and this very boardwalk that we're hosting this meeting on tonight. So when we talk about development, brothers and sisters, we're not guessing. When we talk about development, brothers and sisters, we're not experimenting. We have a proven track record such that the people of Tobago continue to trust us because we created the master plan for Tobago's development. Let them talk about that. So tonight, I don't mean to brag or I don't mean to boast, but the record reflects that every good thing that Tobago has seen and will see, every good thing that Trinidad has seen and will see, every good thing that Buku Mount Pleasant has seen and will see has come from the loving hearts of the People's National Movement. A movement that stands unbought, unbiased, and unrelenting to ensure that every Tobagonian, whether man or woman, parent or child, boy or girl, tall or short, red, yellow, blue, or in between, receives the same opportunities to build a better life, to grow, to thrive. That is who we are. We are the People's National Movement. And because of all of that, brothers and sisters, we are not spectators of development. We are the architects of development in Trinidad and Tobago. So we don't need no blueprint to show we how to get it done. So I want you to tell the TPP they could take the blueprint and ride out.
Right out of here.
The People's National Movement, brothers and sisters, has put forward a clear, practical, and people-centered vision in our big, bold, red plan. A plan shaped by listening to you, especially during these last 4 perilous years, brothers and sisters. Policies that seek to move young people from a 10-day work to stable, dignified employment. Plans that seek to create real career pathways through skills training, certification, and apprenticeships. A big, bold, red plan that seeks to expand youth trade centers and learn and earn programs in construction, hospitality, digital skills, and agro-processing. A big, bold, red plan that seeks to support youth entrepreneurship with grants, financing, and business support. Big, bold, red. This is about opportunity with structure, development with discipline, and progress with people at its center. We are the People's National Movement. So, brothers and sisters, I want to get down to brass tacks. Because that vision is so clear, and because the plan is so real, and because the opportunities are on the table for each and every one of us to see, is exactly why it irks me when I walk the streets to hear some of my very own young people say, I don't have no interest in elections. Voting don't affect me. All them politicians just go in and do the same politicking. Brothers and sisters, fellow young people, I want to speak to you directly tonight and let you know that governance is all a we business because it's our we future on the line. Some of us as young people have fallen into a dangerous habit of complacency. And tonight, I'm saying it straight. Take your finger off your lip and dip your finger to call out fair leadership, brothers and sisters. Because last year, the TPP puppet masters in Trinidad, the United National Congress, came to you and promised you that you would win. Will you remember that? Will you remember that the promise all to win? But 9 months into office tonight, we can conduct a fair assessment. And I want to ask each and every one of you who jumped on that bandwagon, that UNC-TPP bandwagon, a simple question. Where are your winnings? Where are your winnings, brothers and sisters? Were you winning or are you winning with the oppressive road traffic fines? Are you winning when the cost of living and even the cost of dying rising too? Are you winning when uncertainty replacing stability and the very unity that once characterized our Caribbean unity is being sold out for 3 pieces of bronze? Not even silver or gold, 3 pieces of bronze. Brothers and sisters, the sad reality is that over the last year, or in less than 1 year, many of us, many of you, we have already lost. And I'm saying to you tonight, without fear of contradiction, if you put the Tobago People's Party back into office for another term, you will have no one to blame but yourselves for the chaos that will ensue. Because as our minority leader said last night in Roxborough, where leadership fails, community suffers. And I'm saying to you tonight, brothers and sisters, if you put your trust in the People's National Movement on January 12th, all who suffering wouldn't suffer no more. Brothers and sisters, I want to shift gears a little bit. I saw a video circulating on social media with fairly questioning my next area representative, Mr. Sterling Big Dog Timothy. If you're from Bethel New Grange, make some noise. In the video, he talking about what Sterling know and what Sterling and know, and all I have to say is shame on you, Mr. Chief Secretary. Because when you try to belittle instead of build, when you try to mock instead of mentor, when you try to discourage instead of develop, you betray the very values that education is supposed to stand for. And as a former teacher, you should know better than that. I'm calling him out tonight, brothers and sisters. Tell him to keep Sterling Big Dog Timothy name out his mouth.
Respect that.
Brothers and sisters, as I wind up tonight, we have coined these political meetings Dance a Yard. And before I leave, I want to briefly go into what that means for us today, brothers and sisters. When we say dance a yard before you dance abroad, it means that we in the People's National Movement will continue to provide opportunities for young people to hone their skills, prioritizing the development of their craft, planting seeds of change in their life so that they may be productive, well-rounded citizens. My brothers and sisters, when we say dance a yard before you dance abroad, it means that you get value for your buck. Gone are the days where we splurge $18 million on ambulances that probably need the emergency services more than me and you. Because like the brain box dead, the engine needs CPR and the motor like it need a honey pack because it's not standing up at all. Brothers and sisters, when we say dance a yard before we dance abroad, it means a new and improved Scarborough, Tobago. A capital city that is clean, organized, vibrant, a place of pride, commerce, culture, and opportunity. And finally, my brothers and sisters, when we say dance a yard before you dance abroad, it means restoring dignity, restoring opportunity, restoring hope. And it means that we will truly put Tobago first again. So, brothers and sisters, if you believe in progress, if you believe in development, if you believe in Tobago, on January 12th, make no mistake and vote resoundingly for the PNM candidates in your area. We're moving forward with Ansel Dennis and Buku Mount Pleasant, with Sterling Big Dog Timothy and Bethel New Grange. And on election night, brothers and sisters, when all is said and done, and oh, when sweet, sweet victory is won, we will all meet somewhere and we will chant and cheer. Great is the PNM, great is the PNM, great is the PNM, and we have prevailed. I thank you.
I'm crying, afraid to go to bed, I'm bawling. No place to rest my head. Each new day, no employment for me, so it's no pay. They promised to fix this thing so we could start living.
I want all my people down in the back to come up. DJ run the tune.
And stop the children from starving. We don't intend to stop it. Bacchanal.
We have too much people out in the road. When you come in,
Bacchanal all day.
I want you to come in.
Bacchanal. Bacchanal. Until they make it right, there's pressure. Too much pressure. Too much pressure. Too much pressure. The corner where we used to have a line, murder is killing all the time. Frustration. We hiding behind the door.
Let's hear it for young Daniel Wilson again. I said it last night, I will say it again. I'm talking like a farmer. That is product. I'm saying it loud and clear. That is produce. And that is the caliber of people coming through the People's National Movement. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to ride on the wave of some of the things that Daniel spoke to. Because as I echoed earlier, this is a performance appraisal. And in a performance appraisal, you have to answer some questions. All we are hearing people going on platform now and doing is talking about what they're going to do next and what coming soon. But I want to say to them tonight, we want to hear what happened in the last 48 months. Because that is what we're judging you on. So there are some questions to answer. Questions like, how come you promised 300 nurses that they're getting permanent and you only give out 75 letters? What happened to the other 225? They don't worth it. I want Faith to answer that tonight. I want Faith to answer again. Now, only think I'm going to talk about ambulance? No. I want you to tell me what money they spend on the properties that they take that 20 million to buy and lie and say that the hospital don't have enough room. Where them properties gone? We want them to answer that question tonight. I want Secretary Pantin to answer the question, where the mega farm? Where the mega farms and them? Where is Nouveau? Only remember that company? Because tonight, brothers and sisters, we're not letting them off the hook. Where is Nouveau? This is a time where these people have to answer questions because we're doing your performance appraisal tonight. So as we continue the appraisal this evening, I want to bring another young man to the platform. I want somebody say big. I want somebody say big. I want somebody say big. Tonight we have a young man. DJ just now. Wheel it, DJ. Let me tell you something as we bring him on. He have them worried. He have them worried tonight. They're saying all kind of stupidness because they know that come Monday, he going to sweep Bethel.
Right
He's
out
going
there.
to sweep that electoral district.
Right out there.
DJ run the tune now.
Right out there.
So tonight we have a young man that is coming to the podium. We call him the big dog. What is name? When you go to the ballot, you're looking for Stolen Timothy.
We voting PNM, we voting PNM, we voting PNM. We red till we dead. Get that in your end. I say we voting PNM, we voting PNM, we voting PNM. We red till we dead. And that's what I said. So we fed up all the broken promises what them give to we. And we want change and that them pussy. We try them blues and them hypocrisy. Them chain we down sorry them pussy. Still and Timothy at that me a pre. We voting PNM done sign and seal. Until then it's done forward the trend. Moving forward we now look back for them.
Red Army, good evening. Boko, good evening. It's always a pleasure to speak to Tobagonians who ready and know what the mission ahead is like. It's always ready to speak to citizens who wise and ready to stand up for something. Mr. Chairman, thanks for the introduction. Allow me to stand on all protocols. Serious business tonight. Mr. MC, fix it up. Check one. Check. Good evening to my lovely people of Boko.
Hear them.
You see, it's always a pleasure to speak to Tobagonians who are ready to accept leadership, who is ready to ride the new wave into a boundless future. The days are counting down. We are nearing home. I said, PNM people, we're nearing home. I want you to stay focused and don't give up. Keep your eyes fixed on the 12th. Don't blink. Keep your eyes fixed on the 12th.
You respect that?
And let not your heart be troubled. I want you to say it with me again. Let not your heart be troubled. The big, bold new PNM under the leadership of Mr. Ansel K. Dennis and our candidates are ready to put Tobago first again. Are you? No more victimization. No more lies. No more false pretense. Let's get ready to welcome the immaculate leadership back into our space. Better representation and loyalty. We are here to build back the trust among the people of this beautiful island. We won't have the public wondering what's going on our island. We will not have you hearing things after the fact and wondering if it's true. Let's rally around our leader. He is a man of integrity. The man for the future is Mr. Ansel K. Dennis.
You respect that?
And we're in the big man meeting tonight, so I must big him up. Red Army, let's rally together and bring home this election. The 12th of January is Redemption Day. Our freedom lies in our hands. Our destiny is sitting in our hand. We need to vote. I'm under the weather a little, so you know what's going on with the voice.
Hear them.
Elections are won on election day. We need to get our families, friends, out to the polls to bring this victory home. Every corner of Tobago you go, we see how disrespectful this government is. And it's so shocking that they want us to understand excuses after excuses, lies after lies. It's time to let them know, let it ride out.
Right out here.
We're fed up. We're fed up.
Right out
And we
here.
will make a statement on the 12th that everyone can feel.
Pay them.
You respect that?
Make sure they understand not to take Tobagonians for granted. You all know they started hiring people in works and making them permanent and still disregarding some who have been working for longer years than those who come on to be placed now. People of Tobago, the writing is on the wall. We need to make our voices heard. From Charlottesville to Crown Point, I want you to stamp paint Tobago red.
PNM. PNM.
For everyone not able to see my face throughout this campaign, I assure you that after tonight, you will feel my presence. Those who I come into contact with, thanks for the encouragement, the hugs, and the necessary counsel. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Vote still on Timothy. Vote still on Timothy for better New Grange. I want to thank the Almighty God for speaking through me and allowing people to understand who I am and what's my intentions. I want to thank all the persons who pray for me and keep me covered in this journey because it's not easy. I understand the call. The political arena may be different for some than for me. I understand greatness always has a fight, and people also feel threatened by your power, your resilience, and the ability you have to move people. I was home taking a little rest the other night because I had a little fever and, you know, where we going? I realized my phone ringing off the hook, ringing. So what going on, boy? Something, I wake up. I said, let me check my phone. When I check my phone, I decide I will answer one of the calls. Answer the call, and answer the call is one of my brethren. They say, boy, Biggie, boy, if Jumbie and take your name tonight, I ain't know we're going to take it. I said, what you mean? He said, boy, they're ringing your name down in Egypt here right now. He said, where do them? I said, me and do them nothing. It's greatness, boy, brother, boy, greatness.
You respect that?
Pay them.
I laugh. You see, there are some people that think the only way to show up themselves is to bring down others. I was called an empty barrel. I was made to understand that I might not be a good enough leader for my people, or even understand the simple day-to-day runnings of the THA. Mind you, I've been employed at the THA for more than 10 years. You see, I'm not here to fight podium wars and attack people's character to win votes or even win an election. I'm here to win trust of my people and show them that I can lead and I can rally for their rights. Stand by them, walk with them, and lead their future.
Pay them.
You see, I was told that empty barrels make the most noise. So I want to remind them, if the noise this barrel was making didn't make no sense, nobody would have heard what noise was coming from this barrel.
Hear them.
So tonight, I'm standing and representing for all the empty barrels who stop making noise under this administration and in your life. So let me talk to the single mothers. Single mothers, you feel like an empty barrel? Make some noise. Unemployed, they make you feel like an empty barrel? Make some noise. Those who victimized and were sent home from your job because you are a PNM, make some noise. The youth man who feel like a cast down empty barrel, make noise in Boko tonight. The promises made to you that they never kept, make some noise tonight. Terrible road conditions, make noise, empty barrels, make noise. Tough working environments that they have we struggling under tonight, make noise. They want to hear barrel make noise? Hear barrel make noise. Downgraded sporting facilities, all of them make noise. Stand up for yourself, empty barrels, and we're going to show them who does make noise. It's ironic that a young man from the grassroots of Bethel can step up and put himself forward to represent his fellow loved ones, friends, and villagers. But because of his natural talent and God-given ability, he's been attacked by the ones his greatness scares. From the streets to the halls of royalty, from being cast down to elevating the people I love. Brothers and sisters, tonight my heart is heavy, but it is hopeful. It troubles me deeply when young people, especially those who grow up in a community, made you to feel that you are not good enough, not polished enough, or not worthy enough to lead. That kind of thinking wounds our democracy and crushes the dreams of our youth. But I stand on different belief. The Bible tells us plainly that God does not call the qualified. He qualifies the call.
You respect that?
I said God don't call the qualified. He does qualify a phone call.
You dig?
None of the disciples were perfect. Some were fishermen, some were tax collectors, some had past that people would judge, yet they were chosen. Not because they were flawless, but because they were called for a purpose. So let me speak plainly from my heart. I may not know everything about a vote, but I know that taxpayers' money in the vote is meant to fix pothole in roads, improve our schools, and make life better for our people. That one nobody vote. I may not know everything about being a secretary today, but I know that my first responsibility as an area representative is to serve the people with humility, honesty, and respect. That one nobody secretary talk. What you talking about? I may not know every administrative rule right now, but I know this. When you present yourself for public office, it should never be about securing a title. It is not about being called secretary or assistant secretary. It is about being a voice, the defender and advocate of the people you represent. So let me explain to him that public office demands service above self. Once you have reached a voting age and you believe in your heart that you can represent, defend, and fight for your community, you are qualified to step forward. Administrative systems can be learned. Procedures can be taught. But love for the people and commitment to their future cannot be taught.
You respect that?
That must already live within you. And that is why I will always believe in our youth, especially those who grew up in places where society is quick to judge them and slow to believe in them. Because where you come from does not limit your calling. Your purpose does. And I will never stop standing for that. But I'm coming up in Egypt to talk about Big Dog. I spent night after night in Egypt looking for a way out, looking to step up and elevate myself to help my people. But he talking about empty barrel. You have an election to win, you have a team to lead, but you're finding time to talk about Big Dog, know about vote, and it's Big Dog. We're standing on principles of service. We ain't standing on small talk. We lining up to take a victory. I want the people to understand, don't be distracted. We're coming down the last track in a horse race, and all horses have their guard like this. You know why they put this on them? We're going in. We're going in. We're going in. All eyes on deck. All hands on deck. We're going in. We're going in. Let them know the PNM is great. And we could rise anytime and stand again. Because we're standing on principle of leadership. We're standing on history of execution. And we're different and we're ready. And on the night of the 12th, where it's all said and done, and we show great is our God. Great is our people. And we shall and always prevail. I thank you.
It's time. New mission. It's a new wave, a new season. Red Army. Rise up and stamp it. So we vote in PNM, we vote in PNM. We red till we dead. Get that in your head. So we vote in PNM, we vote in PNM. We red till we dead. And that's what I said. So we fed up all the broken promises what them give to we. And we want change and that them pussy. We try them blues and them hypocrisy. Them chain we down sorry, them pussy. Still intimity at that me a pre. We vote in PNM done sign and seal. Until then it's done forward the trend. Moving forward we not look back for them. I say we vote in PNM, we vote in PNM. We red till we dead. Get that in your head. So we vote in PNM, we vote in PNM. We red till we dead. And that's what I said.
4 years pass, and we can't tell when last. We see TPP pass, vote them out fast. Put them in the back of the class, cause promises never last.
So we vote in PNM, we vote in PNM.
Pull it up, DJ.
That is what Big Dog said.
Boko people,
PNM.
I have one statement to make tonight. They should have never heard Buju. You should have never heard Buju.
You dig?
PNM.
Leave PNM people alone. Come on, man, Buku, wake up. We don't afraid of nobody. Talk your talk, but we will answer. We not afraid to respond, because when we respond, we indictable with we shot. We don't miss, because we don't talk propaganda and small talk. And one thing for sure, we don't have to tell lies. Leave Stolan alone. Leave him alone. Leave every one of we candidate alone.
You dig?
If all you're going mad, go mad by all yourself. And one thing I want to close off this segment with, January 12th, we ready to tell all you, pack up all your things and ride out.
Right out here.
You dig?
You see, brothers and sisters, as we continue this performance appraisal tonight, you must answer questions. You cannot be absent from your desk and from the workplace and expect to get a good grade. So in education, improving our children, Zorisha Hackett fail.
Right out here.
Come on now, man. She failed. They put somebody, they couldn't even make up their mind with community development and sport. They keep switching, moving, a man get demoted, he get next work. So community development, that fail every community. None of our facilities up and running. Community development, fail.
Right out here.
So as we continue with performance appraisal tonight, after we deal with that disrespectful chief secretary, we bringing on another man. Listen to me. He going to come tonight and he going to talk with some heights. Somebody say heights. When it is he finished, the meeting going and go to another level. So join with me, Mr. DJ, bring the tune. Join with me this evening as we bring to the podium we former senator man who understands defending people. The man who understands what true service to people is. Join with me, Boku. Jesus love in your heart. Raise up your hand in the air and let us bring on Mr. Lawrence Islam.
This one big, don't play with it. Place real hard, don't stay with it. You can't stay shit. You don't know one thing about this. Hey, out on the road. People out on the road. Come on, out on the road. Them people out of control. Carisha out on the road. Look, Max out on the road. Look, Shanae out on the road. But the big road.
PNM people. PNM people. PNM people. Good evening. You know, this is what you call a hard act to follow. You know, I had a discussion with Sterling today after the thing surfaced. And I was going to play the clip again, but we leave it here. But I had a discussion with Sterling today. And I said, brother, it's our people to defend you. Don't worry about it. You know what the big brother tell me? He said, I go handle it myself. And with grace and with excellence, the man flew like a butterfly and stung like a bee tonight. That's what you call a knockout punch. Because listen, I know they're running scared. Because when they could afford to go back into Bethel more than once, is afraid, they're afraid. And you see, I understand why, you know. Because the mistake they make is to ignore Bethel people by choosing somebody who ain't fully Bethelian and expect Bethel people to accept him. You see, you could marry, you know. You could come in, you know. You could marry, you know. You could come in, you know. Oh God, if your neighbor string not buried there, you not belong there. And you know, and let me acknowledge the man who will retain. Who will retain. Somebody say retain. The man who will retain the electoral district of Bukumang Pleasant. Because it's only one until we have not two. Everybody running scared. You know, a former teacher of Sterling said today, she said when she saw the video, it saddened her. And you know why it saddened her? Because she said Sterling was the top male student that she had in Harmons. And let me tell you something. I am a proud Harmonite. And you see the product of that big man out there? That is Harmon product. That is Bethel product. That is our Adventist home product. Wait now, man. Like all I want to speak for me. And that is PNM product. Because the People's National Movement knows quality when they see quality. Because you see what happened Saturday night is that when Sterling monked the podium Saturday night and sent shockwaves through Bethel, it went all the way to Speyside because the chief secretary couldn't understand how a ghetto youth, and I and all don't even like that statement, how a ghetto youth could get up and articulate and speak with such clarity and intelligence and authority. That is the man who will represent the electoral district of Bethel, New Grade. I say no more on that. But a man tell me, if Sheriff and Bonstrong was in Egypt Junction last night, the Chief Secretary and peace make that statement there and escape from Egypt unscathed. Because Bethel get nice. Because I know the stories, or I heard the stories, that even Dr. Williams gets stoned in Bethel, you know. Run PNM out of Bethel, you know. That is how bad Bethel was, you know. And Rutneg, you know. But you want to come in Bethel last night and disrespect Bethel. And I want to say to Bethel people, if you going to sit by and allow Farley Chavez Augustine, the Chief Secretary of the Tobago House of Assembly, to disrespect your own boy, then what else you feel he gonna do? And you see, the man has a legacy of disrespect, you know. When it's not Dr. Rowley, disrespect him. When it's not the Chief Justice, he disrespect him. When it's not the Commissioner of Police, he disrespect him. When it's the political leader, the PNM, Penelope Beckles, disrespecting. When it's just George Young, the former Prime Minister, he disrespecting. Every single person who Farley has a problem with, he disrespects. Your responsibility as the Chief Secretary. You know what the responsibility is? Is to be the chief supporter of every single Tobagonian, no matter their political affiliation. That is your first responsibility. If you want to take an office, but I understand why, you know. Because you see, when the Chief Secretary could allow the Prime Minister to come to the Tobago House of Assembly and talk nonsense about anchor holding, disrespecting the hallowed chambers of the Tobago House of Assembly, you could understand why. And I am sure if Iana Robinson and Ho-Choi Charles was alive today, they would have condemned that very act. Because I can tell you, you know what that is tantamount to? That is tantamount to a PNM standing up in the Tobago House of Assembly and saying great is the PNM. That is what that is tantamount to, because we understand when you enter those halls, you represent every single Tobagonian. And so you leave your party affiliation at the door. But them don't know that. But I want to touch on a couple things before I leave you tonight. Because this is the last meeting, the last public meeting of its kind. Because we have a couple of more activities. And so we want to get the points across. And a couple nights ago, I touched on a situation at Manta Lodge, and I see, and Sterling going to understand it, and all the new candidates, once you get up on a platform and talk sense, they just come for you, you know, because you see they can't refute the sense you talk. So they will come at you. And so I heard Trevor getting up on a platform and calling me the excavator operator, but I'm a business owner and a certified heavy equipment operator. What is the problem with that? You see, I just make my money honest. Unlike. So I raised an issue about Manta Lodge. And I hear they jump out at it because, brothers and sisters, the reality is Manta Lodge is not making no money. And the reason why Manta Lodge is not making any money is because of poor management. As with all of Tobago, the problem in Tobago is not money. $13 billion says the problem is not money. The problem is management or mismanagement. And so once we get to understand that, we understand why the People's National Movement under Ansel Dennis is the best vehicle to take Tobago forward. And so I want to read something. Because this is not me, you know. This is an employee of Manta Lodge. And somebody say, but Lawrence, you just come with some real thing, where you just get a thing, don't worry about that. We have receipts. We learn from the best, you know. We don't stand up here and talk stupidness, you know. And so this is a member of staff of Manta Lodge making a statement. When so we, I ain't calling no name, don't worry. And the question was asked, when so we gonna get it right? I reading verbatim, right? When would guests stop asking what it really have on the menu? Because the menu 86 items long. When vegetarians could come and eat, and you don't have to tell them that you don't have ingredients to make a vegetarian salad. When so would things improve? When would we create some sort of customer guest attraction that people actually want to come and dine and spend nights? When? Look how much people, Jammers and Blue Waters, does get daily compared to we. Look at Comforting. Not newly open, but from the start, the hotel have been pumping revenue with different revenue strategies. From the marketing right down sometimes, now this is staff saying this, the only money we making is if our staff order breakfast and buy the breakfast. Or if you buy a Coke, the staff went on to say, if we get one couple for the day, that is plenty. Better needs to be done. That's what the staff saying, you know. That's the reality of Manta Lodge under Farley and them. A hotel that the P&M bought and renovated. And I understand that the arrangement actually was supposed to be between Manta Lodge and Hyatt. And so that there will be a synergistic relationship. A relationship between guests at Hyatt if you want to come and dive in Tobago. And that was the plan. That is how P&M does govern the thing. But you interfere with a procurement process. And they want to say, I trying to say it's corruption. Me say it's corruption. I just ask the question, why would you write to an entity that we are not even sure was part of the original RFP? Why? Why would you give an entity a heads up into the procurement process? All I did was ask, is that company A or company B? You jump out and say, I trying to say it's corruption. But no, it's you say it. Because I asked a simple question. That if there was nothing to worry about, you answer, you say yes, Choice Hotels was company A. And we also gave the same treatment to whoever company B is. But no, you can't do that because we're not sure whether Choice Hotels was company A or company B. And that's how corruption does take place. Because you have favorites in the game. That's what that is. And I want to say to Speyside people that 4 years you have a chief secretary. And the only thing that looked good in Speyside is the house that you rebuilt. The roads in Speyside in a mess. The lookout, no renovation. The seawall in Speyside falling down. But will you come in and tell me that I asking question about corruption? Harvest, all you give out money like sun in Speyside for people who never keep harvest to keep harvest. But let me stay on script. We're in a tourist belt. A central tourism point in Tobago, Buku. Everybody know Buku. And not only have these people mismanaged the health sector, mismanaged education, mismanaged transport, they've also mismanaged the tourism sector. I was shocked yesterday when I saw the Secretary for Tourism. I was shocked when I saw the Secretary for Tourism come out of a stupor, because I don't know where she has been since the House has been dissolved. And when she was asked a question if the radar is affecting tourism arrivals, she said no, that had nothing to do with it. But the truth is, brothers and sisters, Tobago didn't need a radar to mash up tourism, because that administration worse than the radar Donald Trump and the situation in Venezuela combined.
You respect that?
Because, brothers and sisters, I don't know, but I old enough to remember when Virgin used to come here, Condor used to come here regular. All you remember Monarch? Gull used to come up from Brazil. Where's the next one? Sunwing used to come down from Canada. And watch me. And Sunday school in here used to be ram out. And all you see is people of a certain ethnicity. Caucasian visitors. Now you're struggling to get 100 people coming on a British Airways flight that come in once a week. And all you want to tell me that all you know about tourism? Every single other island in the Caribbean has been experiencing bumper tourism except Tobago. Like dog bite we. No, sorry, goat bite we. By the TPP goat. That is who bite Tobago. Because from the time them people get into office under the first color that there was, and then they change color, now they're this, and they have an appendage with a yellow color, Tobago under pressure. The Secretary for Tourism at the start of our term promised Tobagonians that we are going to have 100,000 arrivals. As somebody said, the only arrivals we count in these days is U.S. military personnel. Because it's them full of grafton. And that's the reality we're facing. The reef tour operators would tell you that back in the day, they're making 3 and 4 trips out to the reef on a regular basis. Them fellas say if they could get 1 trip now, they get plenty. And the only time they get in that is when we have a long weekend. And all you want to tell me that tourism is in a good place? You see, don't worry about that. You see, whilst we appreciate the domestic tourism, there is nothing more significant than a foreign dollar coming into Trinidad and Tobago, which would assist our economy greatly. And that's what we need. When you have places like Antigua talking about 8 cruise ships in a day. I saw recently Antigua boasted that they got what? That they got about 9 or 10 international flights in one day. Virgin Atlantic, Delta, JetBlue. You just call it a touchdown in Antigua. What we have here? But you see, when we allowed Watson at the time to tell Tobagonians that sandals don't make sense, then ask your colleagues in St. Vincent what sandals did to the tourism product in St. Vincent. But these people, single-handedly, not only did they destroy Manta Lodge, but they destroyed the entire tourism product in Tobago. They want to give them 4 more years. And somebody say, we're not doing enough visioning from the platform. I don't know about that. what we calling into account now is the record or the no record, the failing record of the TPP. And our political leader every night says to you what the big bold plan is for every single sector, brothers and sisters. You see, I spoke last night about the ferry service. And to tell you that this notion that when the ferry leaves on the 12th, and when the Cabo Star comes up, the 12th, it leaves Tobago empty. So it is going to make its final sailing from Trinidad, and that's it. And then we are left without a dedicated cargo vessel for maybe the next 3 months. And if you don't trust me, just go and ask anybody who you could talk to who could help you get the tracking app for vessels. And you could see where the boat is. The boat now making its way down by some islands just off Africa. That is where it is now. And when I was in Roxborough last night, I said that we're going to have 4 ferries thanks to the PNM. But unfortunately, I didn't realize that the Buku Reef would be going on dry dock. And so you know what we end up with? To treat with Tobago's issues, Tobago's transportation needs. The Galleons Passage, and as I said, thanks to the PNM. The APT James, thanks to the PNM. And the TNT Spirit. And I'm not even sure if the TNT Spirit is able at this time to carry out its duty. And so we may end up in a situation where we only have 2 ferries operating. And what we have coming from the THA, the silence at the lamps. Not a word. But if that was Dr. Rowley in office, or a PNM Prime Minister in office, murder, Lord and God, up and down the place, PNM wicked, the wicked, the wicked. That's all that I be hearing. But now, we are faced with a situation. And you know, last night I spoke about the traffic fines. See the story end up in the papers. The information that I have, brothers and sisters, and usually when my sources give me information, it is usually accurate. The information that I have is that licensing officers would be arriving in Tobago Monday night to begin road traffic duties Tuesday or sometime on in the week. And as I said in Roxborough, I am not about lawlessness, because if you have issues with your vehicle, it is your right to fix it. You can't have a vehicle on the road that is not roadworthy. But I want to ask the same energy that was there when the PNM raised the fines, to $1,000. There should be even a greater cry from the citizenry when the Prime Minister said during the election campaign, I am going to reduce the fine. And not even 6 months pass, and the fines have been doubled. And as I said to you, I want to remind you again, Tobagonians and people in Buku, the people you have to blame squarely for that behavior is not only Kamla Prasad Bisesa, but Notsi and Tomo and Fali, because all of them are in agreement with that draconian behavior. And then you know what the Prime Minister come in and do? She come in to say today, well, we go bring law to put a moratorium, to put time. So if the police stop you, you have about 2 months or 3 months to fix up. So why I didn't do that before? 3 days. So why you didn't do that before? But you see, as I said to you, the $19,000 tickets that the brother got in Trinidad is not exclusive to Trinidad. If you meet an officer who is carrying out his duty, that has no mercy, every single defect on your vehicle, you'll be given a ticket. And he will be operating within the law because he was given a mandate by a government that does not care about you. My brothers and sisters, I want to say to us in Buku and those listening online, if you are honest with yourselves and you move from Charlottesville to Crown Point, every single major development in this island is because of the People's National Movement. And everything they have abandoned, you should lay squarely at the feet of the incompetence of Fali Chavez Augustine and his executive council. Because the $13 billion that they got could have finished Charlottesville, could have finished Goodwood, could have finished the indoor facility in Bacalet, and the roads in Tobago could have been in a better condition than they are today. Man, tell me, you have a particular assemblyman for district where I am from who busy paving a road in the back of Belmont. And why is I'm thankful, I'm happy for the people in Belmont who gained the piece of road paved finally. The Masonal to Lekato Road is in a deplorable state. The North Side Road is in a deplorable state. Milford Road from Crown Point to Shervan is in a deplorable state. The highway have potholes all over the place. That's why we call him man Pothole Trevor. But you're paving a road because you have interest in a particular place up in the back of Belmont. But we're going to leave that story there. No, we're going to leave that story. My mother watching, I have to behave myself. And so when personal interest trumps the public good, brothers and sisters, that's what you have gotten for the last 4 years. When people's per diem is more than their salary when the month comes because they're on a plane every month flying, then you understand why the $13 billion couldn't help fix your road. You understand that? And so the reality, brothers and sisters, is that we have a sober decision to make. As I wrap up, you know, they say that this is the converted that we're talking to. But I want to talk to those who are listening online, because last night we got to about 900 views on a particular platform. So we are 936 tonight. Because the people listening, PNM. And I want to say to you, if you can look around your district and show me just one improvement that the TPP has brought to your district, then you may be in a quandary as to who to vote for. But you see, I could say that with all assurance, because if you go through Buku, what are you doing Buku? What are you doing Kenan? They build a river by Cocoa Reef. You go to Scarborough, what are you doing in Scarborough? Yeah, the stage by the sea. Yeah? You go Bacalet, you go Mount St. George, you go Goodwood. Just go up the road, every single district, brothers and sisters. Nothing, nada has been done for the people of Tobago. And so come Monday. You have one choice. And as Sterling rightly say, put on your blinders. Put on your blinders. Focus on the prize, brothers and sisters. Put on your blinders. Focus on the prize, brothers and sisters. Understand that the administration that is there is in bed, not out of bed, in bed with an administration that over in the last 9 months has been suffering Trinidad and Tobago. Make sure you put on your blinders. They've suffered us for 4 years. Put on your blinders. Put on your blinders. And come Monday, vote from Palativale Lansum Spearside to Bonaccord Compoint. Put Ansel Dennis in the Tobago House of Assembly as your chief secretary. Put your ex by the balustrade, and we shall say,
Kamala is a mad girl, something wrong with you.
Great is the PNM.
Pali is a
Great is the PNM. And we have prevailed.
Kamala is a mad girl, something wrong with you. Pali is a madman, the real gonna kill
They
me.
going mad, I say.
Mad people take over, something wrong with their head.
Fali going mad, Kamala going mad, everybody going mad.
PNM we voting again. PNM we voting this year. PNM we voting again.
Where my flag bearers?
PNM we voting in here. PNM we voting this year. You know feel how the temperature it rising. Rumors of war them promoting. Guns
We in Buku tonight.
The only done on them will come a victim. UNC stupid bad.
Pull it up, DJ.
Crazy. He acting like he.
So folks, we continue with our performance appraisal tonight. And so far the grade for every single TPP member is fail. This evening I had to stop at least 3 times along my way here. Businessmen crying. A businessman said to me that the license now for a supermarket to operate. Once you're selling alcohol, it moved from $1,800 to $9,000. He said they're not sure if they're going into business next month. This administration failed. These are the wicked acts that our chief secretary has stood on the side of. We have to reject it. We have to reject it. We have to vote them out.
Right out of here.
What is we going to do Monday? Vote them out.
Right out of here.
What we sending a message to them tonight is right out.
Right out of here.
We don't want you here.
You dig.
And listen to me. I want you quiet down because I want you to understand this. Tobago is not we. Tobago is weeping. Tobago weeping. People crying all over the place. There is nowhere you could turn where you cannot see somebody in need. But brothers and sisters, the People's National Movement has a team of 15. Look at your neighbor and say, you first. Look at your next neighbor and say, you first. Because our mantra is to put Tobago first again. Mr. DJ, run the track, man. So as we continue, we're going to bring on another young lady who has been representing Tobago at the highest level. And she's going to put everybody here tonight in a place of understanding. Welcome, Melanie Roberts Rajman.
We only want love and we so good, Before my leg could I tell you about me? Good people, there's good people. We only want love.
I'm a good spirit. PNM family, good night. All right. So last night in Roxborough, right? When I look around and I see people, when I see the CR red, I say, Lord Father, I say tomorrow night in Buku, I want about 1,000 people. No, hold on. You know the scripture that say, the psalm actually, my cup runneth over, Buku runneth over with red. Hey, I'm feeling nice. Buku people, are you looking good? I'm in a good spirit. So tonight I just come in here to share love. It's nothing but love. They want to spew hate on their platforms, right? That is them. That is not us. We is not them. We know about love. All right. Let me break protocol for a little bit. Let me start by acknowledging the presence of the chairman first, I'll start with the chairman of the Tobago Council of the People's National Movement, Mr. Tobias, sorry. You're somewhere around, big up yourself. Oh God, Larry Paul, oh God, I'm tired. It's been a long day, sorry. Mr. Paul, I love you still. We only sharing love. I think I saw the lady vice chair as well. I didn't call nobody's name because I'm tired. All right? All members of the executive, all 15 candidates, supporters, every single night that I come on this platform, I just tell all you, big up yourself. Thank you so much for following us. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for tuning in. And of course, I saved the best for last. Let me acknowledge the presence of the political leader of the People's National Movement and our next Chief Secretary of the Tobago House of Assembly, Mr. Ansel Dennis. All right, so I sense that I need a little bit of a warm-up, right? I'm calling all kind of wrong names, so I'm going to solicit all your help in warming me up. Quick roll call, right? All you ready? Now I realize I've seen 3 candidates on the lineup to speak tonight, so I need to make sure they're well represented. And all you need to not fail any of them, eh? Wim Darrell Spring, all in the house? All right. What about Bethel New Grange? All right. Buku, Mount Pleasant, all you here? All right. I'm warm now, so it's only sweetness from now, right? All right, I'm here to share the love. The fellas sharing the blows, I sending out love. Now today I'm in the office and I'm doing some work, so I decide, let me take a break and go on the social media for a little bit. The book's a little hot. Let me see what's going on the books. And it's because I bounce up a video on Facebook of all your chief secretary in a political meeting disrespecting big dog boy. And I'm keeping it positive, so me ain't even repeating what the man say, right? But here is what hurt my heart. I said to myself, boy, dog boy, one man to another boy, one youth man to another, one Adventist to another boy, dog boy, one Tibigonian brother to another. That's the best you could really do. And I asked myself, after 4 years, all this time, you fooling with these, really how you feel about Tobago youths, boy, dog boy? And me and really intend to come here tonight. I'm keeping it positive. So me and really come here to give much attention to his foolishness, eh? But I had to drop a little scripture. James 4:10-12. And it says, humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord, and he shall lift you up. Speak not evil one of another, brethren. He that speaketh evil of his brother and judgeth his brother speaketh evil of the law and judgeth the law. But if thou judge the law, thou art not a doer of the law, but a judge. There is only one lawgiver who is able to save and to destroy. Heavy on the destroyer. And it ends, who art thou that thou judgest another? Who art thou that thou judgest another? And before I move on from him, Waga says, for that kind of behavior, you earn yourself a folly boy right out.
Right out of here.
And carry your radar with you. And now I want to understand that this one is personal for me because I come from a village called Mason Hall. And in Mason Hall, we grew up very traditional. And it pains me to see what the young people in Mason Hall has become, the kind of distractions that the young men in Mason Hall have fallen prey to. Men that we grew up going to church together, Sunday school, youth group, choir practice, and when I see the kind of ills that are plaguing my young men in Mason Hall, and it's not specific to Mason Hall alone, but I could talk about where I'm from. It's something we've seen in Tobago. And what is even worse is that I see representatives feeding into that kind of behavior. I see representatives pushing that kind of behavior because they understand that when you feed that kind of vice and when you feed that kind of distraction, it becomes an easy vote. So I see representatives who go into places like Mason Hall and they prey on the vulnerabilities of our young men. And I see representatives like those in Mason Hall who refuse to give any kind of guidance, any opportunity, and any support to our young men. But then I look at my dog still, and big dog, Timothy boy, dog boy, and I see hope. I see that all is not lost. And I still remember the night when we had the first community conversation up in Bethel, and Sterling came in, and we, the People's National Movement, we took Sterling and we introduced him to the people of Tobago. And we sat there in that community center down in Bethel. And when you look outside, just behind the door, the side and the back of the community center, you see about 30 or 40 youth men. And they were standing there and they were supporting Sterling Timothy as he did something for himself, as he made something of himself, as he stood for something. And they understood that what he was doing just wasn't for him, it was for them. And they felt empowered and they felt inspired. And you saw them there and they were standing with Sterling Timothy. And I recall that as we moved through the community conversations, about 2 or 3 of those young men, they came inside the community center and they gave very personal and touching testimonies of their experience and their knowledge of Sterling Timothy. And one of them said, the only 2 people in my community who ever do anything for me is 𝐓𝐇𝐄 and Sterling Timothy. Now, if that isn't representation, then I don't know what is. If that is not the kind of youth man that we want to see sitting in the assembly, encouraging his peers to make something better of themselves, then I don't know what else it is that we really want. And Sterling, where there? Sterling, if it is that you needed some reassurance tonight, and I don't think you need reassurance because you're big and you have sense, and nobody ain't making you feel small. But just in case nobody told you today, let me say this to you, Sterling. I am proud of you. Your mommy and your daddy proud of you. Your wife and your 2 beautiful daughters are proud of you. Bethel youth men are proud of you. The next generation is proud of you. Bethel is proud of you, Sterling Timothy. The People's National Movement is proud of you. All of we in Tobago, we are proud of you. So you keep doing what you are doing, Sterling. You stay the course. You continue to put your God first. I cannot wait to see you, Sterling Timothy, represent your people. I cannot wait to see you, Sterling Timothy, sit in the Tobago House of Assembly. And whether it be secretary or assistant secretary, I cannot wait to see you, Sterling Timothy, continue to put Tobago first. Big up yourself. I love you.
Hear them.
You respect that?
Right. I have some more love to share tonight. Keeping it positive. I want to move on to Mr. One is Enough, Mr. Kelvon Morris.
Hear them.
Now, Mr. Morris is our minority leader, and he's the man who will continue to represent Wim Spring with distinction. Now, Kelvon, I'm talking to you. The growth that we, the people of Tobago, have seen in you over the years is remarkable. Sir, you have put in the work. You have remained faithful, Kelvon, and you have remained committed. You have steered the course, Kelvon. You continue to serve with excellence, and you continue to serve with distinction. There is not a bad thing that any of them on that side could say about Kelvon One is Enough Morris. Kelvon Morris stood up in that assembly legislature week after week, and he took care of all of us in Tobago. And even when they tried to give him blows, he continued to take care of all of us in Tobago. Kelvon Morris stood up there week after week and he highlighted the issues that were affecting us here in Tobago. Kelvon Morris stood there and he asked the pertinent questions that all that we wanted to ask and we wasn't getting no answers for here in Tobago. Kelvon Morris fought for all of Tobago. He kept them on their toes. Kelvon Morris listened. He cared. He helped. Kelvon Morris gave of himself. He showed up every single day, every single time, and he did so at a time when it was very difficult to identify as a PNM and when it was very difficult to lead an opposition. And Kelvon, he took the blows and he did so graciously, and not one day did I see him buckle. Not one day did I see Kelvon recoil. He continued to push for all of us without fear or without favor. And Kelvon, before we go to the polls to vote resoundingly for you and for all 15 candidates, we, the people of Tobago, we say thank you, Kelvon. Thank you. The People's National Movement, you continue to make us proud. The PNM says to you, Kelvon, thank you. Thank you for standing in the gap. Thank you for your outstanding service. Thank you for keeping your integrity intact. They can't say nothing about you. Thank you for keeping your foot on their necks. Thank you for never giving up. We're here with you, Kelvon. We continue to stand with you. We want only you. And I have absolutely no doubt, William Darrell Spring, although don't set me up now, I have absolutely no doubt that the good, decent, right-thinking, God-fearing people of William Darrell Spring, every single one of them, they are going to re-elect you to continue to serve and to continue to put Tobago first. Kelvon, we love you.
PNM. PNM.
All right. I have one more heart I'm giving out tonight. And I have some big, big feelings to get out here in Boku. Now, not many persons know that Ansel K. Dennis and I have had a friendship for maybe the last 8-9 years. Now, that man, our political leader, the next Chief Secretary of the House of Assembly, sir. From my experience, there's two things that I can bet on when coming to Ansel, Dennis and I. The first one is that we would always fall out. We have big opinions, we have big views, we always discuss in Tobago, we would always fall out. But that is not important tonight. The second thing that I can count on is that every single time Ansel Dennis gets the opportunity to talk to me, is always to run ideas about developing Tobago. And I am not even exaggerating when I say this. The very first conversation that Ansel Dennis and I had back in 2017, he was serving the district Mount Pleasant, Boku. And I remember we were talking about a program, and he probably don't even remember this. He was trying to implement a program over in Mount Pleasant for the young men. He was trying to prepare them to get sustainable jobs. So he was trying to upskill them, help them with their resume writing, interview skills, that kind of thing. And I can say from the first time we had that conversation in 2017, right up until now, Ansel Dennis has not just explored every single topic pertinent to the development of Tobago. When you talk to Ansel, he's talking about employment, he's talking about infrastructure, tourism, healthcare, performing arts, we call it, music, agriculture, sports, culture, every single aspect of Tobago's development, that man has an opinion on it, and he will pick your brain about it. Ansel, this one is for you. You have walked one hell of a road. It has been a long road, Ansel. And I stand here tonight, Boku, and what I see is a man who has been tried. and I see a man who has remained true. I see a man whose back has broadened under the strain of rebuilding our party and under the blows of doubt and dissent. I see a man who has a vision for Tobago and who will stop at nothing until Tobagonians are put first again. I see a man who believes so firmly and so intensely in us as a people and in us as an island that he will sacrifice himself for the greater good. I see a leader, and every single candidate can testify to this. Fanta, you could testify to this. I see a leader who has spent about the last 9 months, about a year, training and preparing every single candidate to ensure that they are prepared to give proper service to the people of Tobago. And now, a few weeks ago, I was walking in Mount Pleasant, and a certain Judas met me. And he told me in a big, big way, girl, you had to have a real belly to stand on a platform and endorse Ansel. So, Boko, tonight, I am here with all the belly. And without any hesitation, and I will say it with my whole chest, I endorse Ansel K. Dennis as my political leader. I endorse Ansel K. Dennis as the next area representative for Buku Mount Pleasant. And I wholeheartedly, undeniably, unreservedly endorse Ansel K. Dennis for the next Chief Secretary of the Tobago House of Assembly, and I make no bones about it. And now, for those on the other side who trying to still sow the little seeds of discord, and for those who continue to say, I don't like Ansel, well, that's too bad because I love him. And the People's National Movement love him. And Mount Pleasant love him. And Tobago loves him.
You respect that?
People never forget how you made them feel. Much the same way the youths in Bethel will not forget how Farley made them feel.
You dig?
People in Tobago will not forget how Ansel Dennis made them feel. And I know for the farmers, and I just saw Fanta pass here, everything, there she is. For all the time that he took visiting, checking in, and revisiting every single farm in Tobago while in office and while out of office, they remember how he made them feel. And for the performers in TPAC, that he bent over backward to ensure that they had every single resource they needed to develop as professionals, I know that they remember how he made them feel. And for all the THA workers that he ensured and guaranteed that they got 3-year contracts every single time, I know that they remember how he made them feel. And I don't know if I remember this one, but for the people of Glen Road, who he stood in the gap and he stood up to a PNM central government and he told them, move that prison from there. I know that the people of Glen Road remember how he made them feel. And for our local private sector here in Tobago, who he ensured was prioritized, I know that they, their subcontractors, their workers, and their families know how he made them feel. And the people in his constituency who continue to call on him and for whom he delivered help even while he was out of office, I know that you remember how he made you feel. See, when you make people feel good, when you serve with distinction, people never forget. So, Ansel Dennis, tonight we salute you. We endorse you. You have our support. We are rallying wholeheartedly behind you, and Ansel, we are committed to bringing this thing home. We are placing our, and it's our, not just yours, our big, bold plans for Tobago in the capable hands of you and your team. We are counting on you, Ansel Dennis, to work with every single one of us to put Tobago first again.
PNM.
Boku Mount Pleasant, Bethel New Grange, Wim Darrell Spring. The People's National Movement have given you 3 very remarkable, capable, hard-working, committed young men. They have vowed to serve you. It would be a shame for us to allow such a tremendous opportunity to pass us by. So we need to get out there on Monday and we must vote. We must vote resoundingly, and we must vote convincingly, and we must vote overwhelmingly for the People's National Movement.
PNM.
Whatever district you are from, I invite you to join the movement. This is all of our movement. Join the movement to put Tobago first again. You don't need a party card. All you need to do is get out there and vote for the PNM. Make sure you stamp your X on Monday by the PNM. Make sure that you do like me and with your entire chest, you endorse the PNM. You make sure that you get out there and you support the PNM. Transform Tobago with the PNM. Vote, vote, vote for the PNM.
PNM.
And my beautiful, beautiful children of God, once we have done that, once we have done it well, once we have done it right, once we have voted for the People's National Movement, on Monday nights, we would all join together. And in one chord we will sing and we will shout while we praise our God. Great is the PNM. Great is the PNM. Great is the PNM. And Tobago has prevailed.
Them a dead horse in a race, them not able. What them a bring to the table? A fire's done for them not stable. Nothing a worse is to take over. Tobago anchored in a cycle game over. December 6 people in vote with a vengeance, but them never know them a sign a death sentence. Put in the team, what I'm saying, let we fix this and every target them a miss. Now we like get hard cause them a break the economy. Driving a car that don't work out to people. Now is the time for stand up for all of it and take back the assembly where them a bring to the table. DJ. If I talk alone, we not hear.
Pull it up, DJ. I want to take the opportunity tonight to acknowledge a young lady who just arrived in the midst of us, our political leader and leader of the opposition, Mrs. Penelope Beckles Robinson. We say great is the PNM. Great is the PNM. Great is the PNM. DJ, pull back the tune now.
Pipe and a chat with them say, and I fly round the world and I play every day.
What that
now them a come and a talk, but I turn them with them. Them destroy the assembly, when them a bring to the table. If I talk alone,
only talk.
Every day I go wrong, I tell fable. Them a dead horse in a race, they not able. When them a bring to the table. A fire's done for them not stable. Nothing a worse is to take over. Tobago anchored in a cycle game over. December 6 people in vote with a vengeance. Pull it up, they never know them a sign a death sentence. Them a come with them hype and a chat with them set.
Listen, people, and might I say crowd of people, Boko, you're nice. All you look wrong, look wrong, look wrong. Watch behind all you. I say Boko, you're nice. This is what great is the PNM mean. Don't mind how you're trying to fight we. You could fire we workers. Mr. DJ, work with me, I want a bounce. You could fire we workers. DJ, I want a bounce. You could fire we workers. You could victimize the people. You could hold back hamper. You could victimize the children. It don't matter. We come in, 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 we come in.
We're not going to give up.
PNM.
And let me tell you something.
Ring, ting, ting, election bell ring.
PNM. Put it down, Mr. DJ. I said the People's National Movement. We love Tobago too much to walk away. It is our responsibility to rescue Tobago from 48 months of tyranny. And we're serious about it. Let us tell you this. Before we go to the next speaker, before we go on, let us tell you this. Keep the trumpet. When you talk about promises, when you talk about small talk, up to recently, this liar chief secretary talk about by the end of the year we're going to pay all the fishermen. Up to now, the fishermen can't get the money. That is money from the oil spill. All of these people are strangers to the truth. They don't know how to tell the truth. So tonight I'm going to bring to the podium Dr. Morris. Somebody say Dr. Morris. Because this is the
Sometimes
man
I
have the
fall.
cure for diabetes.
Sometimes I
Let
fall
us bring minority leader
to my knees and
Morris
pray.
to the platform. Welcome him as he comes.
Come, Jesus, come. Let today be the day. Sometimes I feel like I'm gonna break, but I'm holding on to a hope that won't fade. Come, Jesus, come. We've been waiting so long for the day you return to heal every hurt and right every wrong. We need you right now. Come and turn this around. Deep down I know this world isn't home. Come, Jesus, come. There'll be no war, and there'll be no change when Jesus comes. Let today be the day. He'll come for the weak and the strong just the same. And all will believe in the power of his name.
Boku, good night. Mount Pleasant, good night. PNM family, good night.
PNM.
Brothers and sisters, it has been a long, hard journey, arduous battle. But you see, when you have the man above, in front of you, behind of you, around you, and walking with you, he will strengthen you to fight any battle. And tonight, I just want to give Almighty God the thanks and the praise for keeping Petal, myself, Ansel Dennis, and the PNM alive and well in Tobago. So tonight we can see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Tobagonians out ready to rescue Tobago and put Tobago first again. Permit me to recognize in our midst our political leader of this great national party called the People's National Movement, the honorable leader of the opposition, Mrs. Penelope Beckles Robinson.
PNM. You respect that?
Buku, help me recognize your son, a son in whom we are very much pleased and proud, the next Chief Secretary of the Tobago House of Assembly, Ansel K. Dennis.
PNM. 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 PNM.
I have had the pleasure to stand amongst some of the most humble, committed, dedicated patriots of Tobago who would have answered the call and said, we will stand with the PNM, we will stand as standard bearers to ensure that we rescue Tobago from this corrupt TPP administration. My fellow standard bearers, I want to salute you tonight. And I want to pay special recognition to the people of Darrell Spring Wim. Many of you I'm seeing here, especially I see these two gentlemen, they have stood with me. They are from the ghetto, like me and Big Dog, and the ghetto of Tobago can produce leaders.
You respect that?
PNM.
And you know I must shout out my boy T-Man. He tell me if it's one vote I have in him, that vote is sure with him. I am so pleased. I am so humbled tonight at where we have come from as a party. I remember that night like it was just yesterday. At one point they said it was 15-0, and then we woke up to 14-1. And even then, it appeared that it was almost an unsurmountable hill to climb. But look at us now, PNM people. We're looking red. We're looking ready. And on January the 12th, we will tell the TPP it's time for all you to pack up your chops and
Right out of here.
Right out of here.
Right out of here.
PNM. PNM.
Right out of here. All you eat ham, all you eat jam, all you lime, all you dance, all you fly, all you drink, all you drive, all you had a wood whale of a time. And I'm saying it is time now for all you to pack up all your things and ride out.
PNM.
Right out. These people, they abused Tobagonians. They took us for fools. Imagine as soon as they came into office, immediately the ink didn't dry. Imagine one of them had to draw their surname. They took so long to sign their name. It was like they were drawing it when they took the oath of office. But as soon as that was done, you know what they turned around and do? They started to fire Tobagonians left, right, and center. And I'm saying, their day of reckoning has come. And just as how they fired CPEP people, fired monitoring evaluation, fired community partnership, fired our 1,500 contract workers, blacklist our contractors, have bank knocking on their doors. It is time to tell them, your day is reckoning. We will vote for the PNM, and we will put you out, right out of here. Right out of here.
You respect that?
I understand the Chief Secretary said, I save him my little pittance, I can't say that. So the Lion King said he want to see me cry. But I don't know what kind of colorful talk is that, because I don't know who man does want to see our next man cry.
You dig?
PNM.
But while he may wish to see me cry, all I will do is pray for him to stop lying.
PNM.
Because you see, the Chief Secretary, as I have told you, is diagnosed with a very dangerous disease called diabetes. He is consistently inconsistent with the truth. In other words, he lies a lot. And according to Lucky, he lied, oh.
You dig?
Imagine, the Chief Secretary said they built a change room in a graveyard. Even the dead and all he lying on. When Linda got up there looking for change room, you know, no change room. I mean, but is what? No, this thing we may laugh at, but this is our Chief Secretary. This is a man you have to trust that will put your interests first. But how could you take the word of a man like that? The word of a man who told Tobagonians that you will not lose your job. It matters not whether you are PDP, TPP. We will ensure once you are a contract worker, your job is preserved. And a few moments later, as soon as he was given that opportunity, he turned around and not just fired people, but he labeled them political hires. And I'm saying the Chief Secretary is a pathological liar. He just can't help it. But let me tell you, and you know here we don't just talk it, we just demonstrate it. And if you don't believe me, you would recall when those road contracts were given out. And we started to complain, and we said, how come no Tobago contractor couldn't get this thing? And one of the reasons he gave is he said that because of the cost, the magnitude of the work and its design build finance, the Tobago contractors will not have the financial wherewithal, and therefore they had to look to people who had the money. So I want to play to you all a clip that demonstrates once again how the Chief Secretary continues to lie to the people of Tobago. Mr. Producer, let us show them, let us demonstrate.
Design officer, these contracts are design, build, finance contract modality, which means that it is designed for the contractor to complete 100% of the works before any payment is made.
Lamy Road was started in 2022. When I came into office in August of last year, the works had stalled. I inquired as to why works had stopped. I had subsequent discussions, and it would appear that the contractor was unable to financially finish the road. And so there were discussions and negotiations took place. There was an amicable agreement as to how we can go forward. And
Question C.
This is Patrol Trevor talking about the California Stucco, their Blue Eye Boy contractor from Trinidad.
Paid to the contractor to date. It seems to be a repeat. However, the amount paid to the contractor to date is $46,531,128.98. Part D, the current projected cost of the project. The current projected cost as of today is $79,651,478. $651,478.06.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what you would have just seen there is that the Chief Secretary gave us a commitment, gave us his word in the House that not a red cent would be paid until the project was completed, and the payments would start 50% 9 months thereafter, and they will pay the final 50% 18 months thereafter. However, in one instance, the contractor would have said had all the money and could build the road. They came back and said you really didn't have the money and couldn't build the road. So they had to come and pay that contractor money in advance, which in effect is a clear contradiction of what he had confirmed would happen. But more than that, the second road you heard that is costing you, at that point, it was $80 million. That is the Bendarong, up and down, Whitsey, Kirby, Topsy, back road that they built, that if you look at it, it already started to mash up. That is the Shervan Road, $80 million. They still owe $30 million in land settlement orders. So that will be $110 million, and they still have $10 million to pay in legal fees. So when it is all said and done, that road will cost you $120 million. But what is more instructive, on the dead of night, on Christmas Eve, notwithstanding that the Chief Secretary told us not a cent will be paid before the road was completed, that road was incomplete, and they went and paid that contractor $34 million. And that is why I am saying to you, brothers and sisters, this Chief Secretary is consistently inconsistent with the truth. He lies a lot. You just cannot take his word. So you CPEP worker, you URP worker, you contract worker, when we tell you as of midnight, January the 12th, if you take God out of your thoughts and put back the TPP, you will be out of a job, because they are just waiting. The agreement between the Lion King and the Prime Minister is that the Lion King and the Lion Queen is that as soon as the election is over, URP and CPEP will be no more. And I'm saying to you, the contract worker, you the CPEP worker, you the URP worker, you are to come out and vote to protect your jobs. You are to come out and vote for the PNM. You are to come out with your finger and tell Farley, Faith, and the youth man down here, it is time for him and the others to pack their stuff and ride out of here. Ride out of here. Ride out of here. Ride out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, you would have heard me talk, and we don't just talk the talk, we walk the talk. And I have raised with you this whole issue of the ambulance. And today I took a visit up on the old Fort King George, where they are storing about 8 of those old rickety down, broke down, not looking good ambulance. And it broke my heart when, and I will show you a close-up of the vehicle, the ambulance that those people took our money, over $1.5 million per unit. And when you inspect those vehicles, what you realize, those vehicles were really old vehicles that were rusted, and they took it into a mechanic shop, and all they did was refurbish it, paint it over, flash it, for it to look nice, pretty face, but bad character. And I have, you see, the chief secretary, to get into office, he came with a brown envelope and he waved it. At no point did we even see what's inside it. For all you know, must see was a papers, a newspaper, must see Guardian, he must see had in there. But he waved that brown envelope and he told us he had the evidence for the zip line. 4 years later, he went to court and they tell the lying king, the evidence you have produced is a fiction of your imagination. That is in the court document. But tonight, I have here a 19-page document which is evidence given to the Office of the Procurement Regulator as it pertains to that most dastardly corrupt act where persons conspired to rob you, the people of Tobago. And the evidence is, and I will read some of the clear evidence, but I want to play to you all first that ambulance because before the time runs out. I want you all to see up close and personal the condition of those ambulances that we paid $1.5 million for. Shame. Shame. This is more than shame. This deserves jail. And this is why you Tobagonians, every one of us, must put party aside. And you see this finger? This finger is the finger that you must come to vote. Vote them out so that you can vote in the PNM, so that we can ensure that this matter is followed to the very end. And those who conspired to thief Tobago people money ends up in jail. Because I will tell you something. I went online, and you could go online. And if you go online and look up this Force brand, this is a brand from a place in India called Pune. And you know what this brand is known for? You know, just so we have Nike, it does have a knockoff of Nike, like the Flames and the Butter Bullet. This is a Butter Bullet of ambulances. And they spent, online, you could purchase this for $250,000. They paid $1.5 million to one. So I want you to understand, they made 600% profit. It means they made $1.25 million in profit. And if you put the 12 ambulances together, they would have made $15 million in profit. And all you have to ask yourself is who benefit from that? I will share with you one piece of the evidence that you might have a clue. Because it was said to me by a whistleblower who called me one evening, and the whistleblower who declared that she or he was part of the evaluation committee is saying that another member said to she or he that the reason they chose BMT or got to BMT is because they were instructed by a senior member of the Tobago Regional Health Authority. But more than that, the whistleblower said she or he then went and do their own research and recognized that BMT was associated to the UNC, that is associated to the TPP, and that is how you got this whole arrangement where they bypass options, better options, for less money. They even had an option from Amalgamated, which was costing you only $700,000, and those ambulances are currently being used by North Central Regional Health Authority, but they were instructed to bypass all of that. But more than that, what I got and what will make you cringe is when we did the FOIA and we got something called an evaluation report for the supply and delivery of the ambulance for the TRHA fleet. And what you will notice on this evaluation report is that at the very back, which is the last page, they put only 4 evaluators, but there's no date and there's no one signing to verify or validate that this is in fact, yes, their presence was in fact there. But you know what I was told? The whistleblower said that the evaluation committee was actually 8. And one of the names on this very form was not even part of the evaluation. But I'll go even further. What they also said is that document is fake and fraudulent because there was no report. So somebody attempted to cover up their mess and created a document, a false, fake, fraudulent document to justify the scores to award BMT when there was absolutely no evaluation report. More than that, they have one of the persons scoring BMT, and that person said they never even saw a report from BMT. So how did their name reach here to put a score for BMT? This is the kind of corruption that exists in the TRHA and the THA under the watch of Farley, Faith, and all the others. And I am saying, brothers and sisters, if not for the ambulance, this is the greatest procurement scandal to ever hit the Tobago House of Assembly. And it is time we tell Farley, Faith, and the rest, you all had all the time, all the teeth enough, and it's time for all you to ride out of here. Ride out of here. And the final piece of this puzzle is a CEO called Delmon Baker. Because notwithstanding that 4 ambulances came and none of them were working, this CEO went on record without the approval of a board because the term of the TRHA had expired, and he went ahead and made a payment to BMT which was over the approved limit of the CEO. And the question we have to ask Delmon Baker is what or who gave him the authority to pay this $2.5 million payment when there was no board. So, brothers and sisters, as I said, we are looking good, we are sounding good, we have run a clean, very effective campaign, we have given you the information, and now the ball is in your court. It is important that we understand how to vote. Don't let it tell you that you can't vote if you don't have an ID card. Once you are a citizen and resident in Tobago and your name is on the electors list, you can vote. And don't allow them to tell you if you stamp a ballot that you have to put it in. Once you are not satisfied with how that ballot is stamped, you can request another ballot. Let us not take any chances with this election. It is important that we continue to go out in the highways and the byways. Let us all spread the gospel of this rescue mission of putting Tobago first. Again, Petal and I, we have stood, we have fought, and it is now on your behalf. After standing and fighting for you, I am asking you to do us one favor, and that is wherever a PNM candidate is to put the X by the Balizé for the People's National Movement. And I shall
You respect that?
PNM.
PNM.
We will vote.
PNM.
We will vote.
PNM.
We will vote.
PNM.
And when we vote, it will be Lex, and Molly. And then we say, great is our God.
PNM.
Great is the PNM, and we shall prevail. I thank you.
Vote for the Balizé. Vote for the Balizé. Vote for the Balizé. Move them out the way. Vote for the Balizé. Vote for the Balizé. Vote for the Balizé. Move them out the way. This election coming, Tobago take warning. This election coming is a serious thing. Bali and Busaska going to make us suffer. Tobago and PNM, we have a surprise for them. You can't trust Fali, leader of PDP. You can't trust Fabi, she cuss everybody. You can't trust Zorisha, she just a poser. If we have to deal with them, vote for the PNM. Who you voting for? Who you voting for? Who you voting for? Not Fali and them. Who you voting for? Who you voting for? Who you voting for? Not Trevor and them. Who you voting for? Who you voting for? Who you voting for? If they're out the way. Some party financiers think they have the answers by flashing big money, thinking they could buy we. They will do anything, even vote a party. We will not surrender. Tobago in danger. Can't trust Fali, he and UNC. You can't trust Fabi, she cuss everybody. You can't trust Zorisha, she just a poser. If we have to deal with them, vote for the PNM. Who you voting for? Who you voting for?
Boko! I say Boko!
PNM.
Well, I have a message for everybody who was sitting on the fence tonight. Tonight, your fence mash up. It's time to come down on the side that red.
PNM.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, that is what you call accountability. Imagine that man come here after not being in office. He ain't running no division. And he come and he give you brick by brick, step by step, layer by layer. Imagine what he will do. Imagine what he will do when we take office. And every one of our 15 candidates are of that same caliber, ladies and gentlemen. Because we believe in accountability. We believe in responsibility. We believe in transparency. This TPP administration, they don't know what that means. So I'm going to help them here tonight. Transparency means we could see what you're doing. Because they always call in the word. I remember when the Deputy Chief Secretary stood up and said, we are going to build our website and that everybody will just be able to log on to the website and see what we're doing. Like the website in the cloud. Up to now, we can't see the website. Like they failed to pay the subscription fees. But over the 48-month period, the minority leader and the minority councillor, they dig. Somebody say dig. Somebody say dig. They dig, they expose, they put it out in the open, and they show them what was real transparency. That is PNM for you. Mr. DJ, run a set. Let us show them we read and we ready.
Vote for the Valley. Vote for the Valley. Vote for the Valley. Move them off the way. Vote for the Valley. Vote for the Valley. Vote for the Valley. Move them off the way.
In the front.
This election coming, Tobago take one. This election coming is a serious thing. Party and with salsa, going to make a suffer. Tobago and PNM, we have a surprise.
Who we voting for?
PNM coming.
PNM.
PNM coming.
The one and only.
PNM.
Feel the power, feel the power, feel the power, PNM in your area. Feel the power, feel the power, feel the power, PNM in your area. Feel the power, feel the power, feel the power, PNM in your area. Feel the power, feel the power, feel the power, PNM in your area. 10 hawkers coming down, 114 we coming strong. Win from Congo right back down. PNM is number one. I don't care what people say. I vote in PNM any day. UNC is too much play. I do what's wrong and I can't get paid. Digest. PNM party, them is the best. Digest. The PNM party, them is the best.
From De La Paz to Crown Point Shore, Tobago rising even more. We face the storm, we took the test, now we're coming back with our very best. We build the school. Tobago first again, From De La Paz to Crown Point Shore, Tobago rising even more. We face the storm, we took the test, now we're coming back with our very best. We build the schools, the roads, the ground, in every village progress found. We learned, we grew, we took a stand, now we're moving with a brand new plan. Put Tobago first again, let progress start again. From Roxborough to Scarborough, we're building back our tomorrow. From Belgrade to Monaco, hope restored in one accord. A new mandate, a stronger hand, putting Tobago
DJ,
first.
pull me down. Pull me down, DJ, pull me down. Somebody say the time is now. Somebody say we ready. Mr. DJ, And when you bounce the tune soft for me. You see, they didn't understand that we as a people understand growth. You can't cut we out from the root. When you think that we done out, that time we sleeping. That time we sleeping. And at the appointed time, we will rise. And tonight, we in the area called Boko. Somebody say Boko. Somebody say Boko.
Across in Boko.
You know who from Boko? All you know who from Boko? Somebody say leader. Leader.
PNM.
Leader. Ansel. Ansel. The leader. Leader. Listen.
Across in Boko, Mount Pleasant.
Listen.
Boko, Mount Pleasant. We are giving our.
I want somebody special to introduce Ansel.
Across in Boko Pleasant, Boko Mount Pleasant, we are giving our support to the man who will defeat 𝐓𝐇𝐄.
March out, Ansel, march out, you the people, them want them not go take no talk when other party talk.
I don't think all you hear what he said.
Across in Boko Mount Pleasant, Boko Mount Pleasant, we are giving our support to the man who will defeat 𝐓𝐇𝐄. Across in Boko Mount Pleasant, Boko Mount Pleasant, we are giving our support to the man who will defeat 𝐓𝐇𝐄.
March out, Ansel, march out, you the people, them want them not go take no talk when other party talk.
They're so confused.
You dig?
Let us get ready.
DJ Young Slim.
Somebody say
You
Ansel.
dig?
Somebody say
Ansel, march out, you the people, them want them not go take no talk when other party talk. Them song they start, when me say them song they start. So vote PNM today. Ansel not go play games, no time. Him ready up enough fight, so YTP still a try fight. Ansel not inna the talk, him a go fix every road fi walk. From Cudla Hall, right back to Mason Hall. Ask Macy about it, him nasty. No feel PNM come fi catch kicks. A 4 years them get dark and them waste it. So me just a sing back to basics. Vote PNM today. Ansel not go play a game, no time. Him ready up enough fight, so YTP still a try fight. PNM, vote PNM.
Get ready.
PNM, vote PNM.
Get ready.
PNM,
Get ready.
PNM,
Get ready.
PNM,
Get
Ansel.
ready for Ansel. 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 Dennis.
Kwesi. Brothers. Big time. March out. March out, Ansel, march out, you the people, them want them not go take no talk when other party talk. Them song they start, when me say them song they start. So vote PNM. Ansel not go play games, no time. Him ready up enough fight, so YTP still a try fight. Ansel not inna the talk, him a go fix every road fi walk. From Cudla Hall, right back to Mason Hall. Ask Macy about it, him nasty. No feel PNM come fi catch kicks. A 4 years them get dark and them waste it. So me just a sing back to basics. Vote PNM today. Ansel not go play a game, no time. Him ready up enough fight, so YTP still a try fight. PNM, vote PNM. PNM, vote PNM.
Show me a voting finger.
PNM, PNM, vote.
PNM, PNM, PNM.
PNM.
Wow.
You respect that? PNM. PNM.
Buku, good evening.
Hear them.
This is a political record. I was coming to a... And I don't know what is happening. I don't know how to explain it. But it is the first time since I've joined the People's National Movement on the front lines in 2012 that I've had to part a Red Sea to come to a meeting in Buku. And then I looked to my left and I saw scores gathered across there too. And I looked to my right and it's the same thing. And therefore I want to say who ain't afraid and who ain't dead. Because on January the 12th, we are going to tell them to ride out. Ride out tired. So allow me to recognize political leader of the People's National Movement here in Tobago with us this evening, Mrs. Penelope Beckles Robinson. Chairman of the PNM here in Tobago, Mr. Larry Paul. Lady Vice Chairman, Ms. Nicole Henry. General Secretary Akisi London, other members of the PNM executive here in Tobago, Minority Leader and the next Assemblyman for Darrell Springwim, Brother Kelvon Morris, Senator Melanie Roberts Rajman, former MP for Tobago West when you had a proper MP, Mrs. Shamfa Kojo Lewis, and perhaps the MP, former MP for Tobago East might be here as well, Mrs. Ayana Webster Roy. And I want to recognize the rest of the team, our other distinguished candidates, Sterland, Big Dog Timothy, Petal Daniel Benoit, Dexter Miller, Brian Harris, Maxlon Roberts, Shawnee John, and all the others that will lead Tobago to the promised land after January the 12th. Ladies and gentlemen, I stand here before you with great humility as your servant, as your leader, as a man that has made many sacrifices over many years, leading us, this party, through a very difficult period. But not only was it a difficult period for the PNM, it has been a difficult period for you, the people of Tobago. You have suffered long. You have suffered immensely. You have been victimized. You have lost your jobs. You have lost opportunities. You have tolerated disrespect after disrespect. You have tolerated lie after lie for 4 years. And I'm saying to you that the day of redemption and your day of freedom is here. The people of Buku, Mount Pleasant, I see many of you here. I see many of you here from Mount Pleasant. I see many of you here from Buku. I see many of you here from Canaan. And I know 4 years ago somebody promised you sunny days. But for 4 years it has been raining non-stop. No maintenance to your boardwalk here in Buku. No opportunities for young people. No jobs except the odd 10 days for young people. No water for the residents of this electoral district. It has been dark, cloudy days. But I'm saying to you, I am saying to you that for the people of Buku, Mount Pleasant, Canaan, come January the 12th, it will be one day because it's one Dennis, and it will be D-Day, and it will be the time where development and opportunity returns for the people of this electoral district. When we look at Buku, Mount Pleasant, Canaan, it is one of those electoral districts that stands tall as a proud beacon of PNM achievements and PNM accomplishment here in Tobago. And for those of you who go around the place with that foolish talk that the PNM did nothing for 21 years, simply come to Buku, Mount Pleasant, Canaan, where you will find a community center in each community, where you will find sporting facilities for young people in each community, where you will find primary schools to educate your children free of charge in each community, where you will find a Buku integrated facility here in Buku, where you will find several examples of PNM's contributions to Tobago. And therefore I want to say to you that since your development stopped, since your journey of development came to a pause or an end on December the 6th, 2021, you have to return the PNM to office. You have to return Ansel Dennis as your assemblyman for your development to continue. So I want to take the opportunity to outline a little bit of the PNM's vision for the electoral district of Buku, Mount Pleasant, and I must add Canaan. Because nothing has happened in this electoral district over the last 4 years. And I can add to that by saying nothing has happened in Tobago. Well, let me take that back. You got a stage in the sea. You got 4 bus sheds. You got 12 broken, useless ambulances. And that is all you got for $13 billion. And therefore, under the PNM, and I will start with Canaan, the community of Canaan will benefit when you elect Ansel Dennis, when you elect the PNM as the next THA administration. You will get a multidisciplinary indoor sporting facility down at Canaan that we will refer to as the Canaan Home of Sports. In Mount Pleasant, I have a good relationship with the 𝐓𝐇𝐄 Mount Pleasant Sports Club, where I've been supporting the football team in office and out of office. In fact, perhaps they received more support while I was out of office, but that relationship continued because I care about them, I care about their development, and I care about the advancement of the people of Mount Pleasant. And through that good relationship, I'm aware of their frustrations. I'm aware that at times they don't even have access to the recreation ground to practice. And sometimes they have to go outside of the community. I'm aware of the lack of support from the Tobago House of Assembly. I'm aware of the lack of support from the sitting assemblyman. And therefore I'm saying to them and the people of Mount Pleasant by extension, when you support the PNM, we will do the necessary refurbishments and improvements to your recreation ground. And we will also establish a brand new family play and recreation park right in Mount Pleasant.
PNM.
And when I come to Buku, of course, I born here, and they call me the Buku boy. And therefore, under my leadership and under my watch, Buku will get what Buku wants. And I'm saying to you that under my watch, we took the time, we took the resources to upgrade the Buku beachfront, and we gave you a spanking new boardwalk. And I went there up to last week, and I am ashamed to say to you that the boardwalk over the last 4 years has basically fell apart. Because there was absolutely no maintenance done. And when you don't maintain anything, it breaks down, and eventually you will have to do repairs. But I'm saying to you, the people of Buku, that after January the 12th, we will begin the journey to rebuild and reestablish your beachfront as a beacon of tourism excellence right here on the island of Tobago. Of course, of all the communities in the electoral district, Buku shines most bright as a center for tourism on the island. And while we have the Buku Reef, over the years, most of the reef trips leave from Pigeon Point and Storby. And I want to signal to the tour operators that under the PNM, we will expand the jetty facilities to accommodate more boats. We will expand the fishing facility to accommodate more fishermen. And we will review the entire operations here to ensure that we can improve the service given to tour operators and our locals and visitors, so that Buku will once again become the hub for tourism tours to the Buku Reef. To the young sportsmen and women in this community, I've heard your cries about the dilapidated hard courts. I've heard your cries about the dilapidated playing field. And I'm saying to you that when you elect an area representative who will also be your chief secretary, we will move immediately to construct a Buku Sporting Center that will include an AstroTurf training ground and an indoor cricket training facility that we will name after our now gone community hero, John Pollard.
PNM.
And of course, jobs. Everybody needs a job. Everybody wants a better job. The young men in Mount Pleasant, the young men and women in Canaan, the young men right here in Buku Point need jobs. Not 10 days jobs, but sustainable jobs. And under the PNM, you have heard about our commitment to develop 7,000 new jobs, not just for the people of Buku, Mount Pleasant, Canaan, but for every single Tobagonian to have opportunities for employment. And whether it's the tourism sector, or the agriculture sector, or the clean renewable energy sector, or the creative sector, or the Tobago House of Assembly, we will move towards developing a more robust private sector to create employment opportunities for you, the people of Tobago, 7,000 plus. I want to say to the cultural groups and sporting groups and other community-based organizations, over the last 4 years, you have not received support from the THA. They have told you over and over that they have no money. No money for the football teams. No money for the TFA. No money for the Tobago Cricket Association. No money for any of the sporting bodies on the island. I am saying to you that under the PNM, we will cut the travel budget and we will spend your money on things that should be priority, and we will ensure that your sportsmen and women have access to the necessary financial support.
PNM.
I'm aware as well, because I've heard the complaints. You see, during our 4 years in opposition, Tobagonians have constantly cried out to us, not just me, but the minority leader and the minority councillor. And we have seen Tobago come to the point where the average service provider has to wait more than 12 months to receive their hard-earned money from the Tobago House of Assembly. We have seen heritage groups and cultural groups and our artists on the island perform at events, perform at heritage, give off their best at carnival events. And carnival will come and meet another carnival and not 1 cent was given to them. We have seen people going on Facebook to sing for their pay. If I had known this song, I would have sing it for you. People have to sing for their money now in Tobago. And we are saying that when you elect the next PNM-THA, we are going to implement systems to ensure that you receive your money when you work for the THA within 30 days.
PNM.
I want to talk as well to the young men and women who are on what you call 10 days employment. Because while you are on 10 days employment, they are paying their friends, they are paying their family high salaries in the Tobago House of Assembly. There are persons in the THA under this administration working for 30,000 plus per month, and they don't even go to the office when the day comes. There are persons working for $16,000 a month, and they don't even have 1 O11 next to their names. But when it comes to you, the average citizen of Tobago, who is not part of their party, or who is not their friend or family member, you have to settle for 10 days. And I'm saying to you that under the PNM, everybody who is under 10 days will be transferred to full permanent employment over a period of time.
PNM.
You must recall as well that it was Ansel K. Dennis back in May of 2020 who took the decision to move THA contract workers from ad hoc arrangements to a standardized arrangement of 3 years. So every THA worker now who is on contract is guaranteed a 3-year contract. And what that did is that it brought stability. It brought more job security to the lives of those Tobagonians. And some of them who were unable to face the bank with a 1-year contract, they were able to go to the bank and get loans with their 3-year contract. And I'm saying to you that Ansel Dennis, one Dennis, will be back one day, which is January the 12th, 2026, next Monday. And when he is back, he will immediately move towards moving Tobagonians on contract in the THA from a minimum of 3 years to a minimum of 5 years every single contract.
PNM.
In addition to that, we will also remove the responsibility for contract renewal from any politician. Because under this administration, we have realized that we cannot take it for granted that politicians will act responsibly with the powers that they have. Because we saw Whitey trying to evict a poor Mason Hallian, a man from his own electoral district, bullying the administrator, writing to the administrator to put him out the house because he wanted the house for one of his little friends. We have seen where Faith be Israel, the most useless Secretary of Health in the history of the Tobago House of Assembly,
You dig?
Unilaterally fired a man just because he was a member of the PNM executive here in Tobago. That kind of victimization must end, and it will end under the People's National Movement.
PNM.
And I will tell you what we will do. We will remove the responsibility for the renewal of contracts from the hands of any secretary. And it will be at the sole discretion of the administrator of the division. In addition to that, we will ensure that your gratuity payments are paid every contract within 30 days of it becoming due. So we will put an end to this situation where you have to wait 2 years and sometimes 3 years to get your gratuity. And if you don't believe me, because you could believe me, I have never lied to you. I never told you that you're getting Grenada ferry service and it ain't come yet. I have never told you that you're going to get a Kingdom Airlines to bring new flights to Tobago and it ain't come yet. I have never told you that I didn't know about the radar when in fact I met with the people who gave me instructions to hush my mouth about the radar. I have never lied to you, the people of Tobago, yet. And therefore when I tell you something, you better take it as a commitment and you better take it as the truth. So I'm saying to you that it is our commitment to the people of Tobago to ensure that we put you first again.
You dig?
PNM. PNM.
In addition to that, because tonight we're dealing with commitments, tonight we're dealing with the PNM's vision for you, the people of Tobago. So let's talk healthcare for a bit. Because over the last 4 years, your healthcare system has collapsed. Because number one, if you call for an ambulance now, God forbid, if somebody fall along here now, and we call an ambulance now, it will take 3 hours to come. If you're from Roxborough and you're making a baby and labor pains take you, although we put a hospital in Roxborough, since 2021, you will still have to come to Scarborough. If you go to the hospital in Roxborough, you still have to come to Scarborough to get your blood test done. Under this Secretary of Health, they have closed the Stroke and Diabetes Center. Under this Secretary of Health, you can no longer get critical and important medications at the hospital. Under this Secretary of Health, your ambulances that should be at the ambulance headquarters and at the health facilities so that they could come for you, the people of Tobago, when you need it, those ambulances are being found up at the fort, in the bush in some garage in Spring Garden, and on the back of flatbed trucks because they're not working under the Secretary of Health.
You dig?
And that same Secretary of Health, when somebody in her electoral district reached out to her, seeking support, seeking a listening ear, she said to the person to ease me up. And I'm saying to those people in Belgarden, Glamorgan, in fact, I'm saying to all Tobagonians that anybody in a blue jersey who come in front your door looking for a vote, look outside and tell them to ease me up. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to move immediately, because one of the easiest things to do in the healthcare system is buy ambulances. And if you can't even buy ambulances, Because from very young, my mother taught me to buy. Because she will send me to the shop and she will say, go and bring Tanya. And yes, there were times where I brought home Eros for Tanya, or I brought home Dashin for Tanya. But eventually, I learned to buy. And if the Secretary of Health, who I suspect is over 40 years of age, who is older than me, who big and should have sense, especially common sense, and cannot even buy ambulances, then she ought to be fired.
You dig.
So when you elect us, we will put in place a proper Secretary of Health for the first time in 4 years, and we will say to that corrupt company to take their 12 old broken ambulances and go. Right out to them. Right out to you. We don't want no talk. We don't want no discussion. We don't want no excuses. Don't even try to fix it, because they tried to fix them many times. In fact, those ambulances made several trips on the ferry back and forth to Trinidad. They bring them to Tobago. They cut ribbon. They put them on the road. They collapse on a hill. They put them back on a truck and send them back to Trinidad, only to say they fix them and bring them back to Tobago, and they collapse again. It's time for those ambulances to go on the ferry, all 12 of them, find their way back to Trinidad or back to India where they were manufactured, because we don't want them in Tobago. Right out of here.
You dig.
Right out of here. So this is what we will do. We will go to one of the reputable automotive dealers in the country, whether it be Answer Motors or Lifestyle Motors, because I want you to ask Faith, who buy them ambulances? What experience they had procuring ambulances? And you will see the reason that company was given the responsibility or the contract to procure those ambulances was because they connected to somebody, some fella Koshi who working for Faith and getting his hands grease as a result of that arrangement. And I'm saying to you that we will send them back. We will go and find a reputable automotive dealer, and we will purchase 12 to 16 brand new, reliable, reputable ambulances to service you, the people of Tobago.
You dig.
Hear them. And let me tell you what you're getting. You're getting either Ford, Nissan, Toyota, or Isuzu. Then, of course, you must remember that the former MP for Tobago East collaborated with the former MP for Tobago West when the PNM was in government to ensure that we gave Tobago a population of 60,000 people a second hospital. Go across the Caribbean and see which island with a similar population as ours have 2 hospitals. And instead of ensuring that the hospital was fully operationalized, they spent your money doing all kinds of foolishness, all kinds of corrupt dealings, paying for services, subcontracting services, outsourcing services that can very well be done by the professionals already hired by the Tobago House of Assembly.
You dig.
But because they want to give their friends contracts, because they want to fatten their pockets, they're doing it at your expense, squandering Tobago people's money, while you cannot even get a CT scan or an MRI scan done at any of the hospitals. And I want to go a step further because, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because it reminds me that as part of the big deal, we are going to make healthcare in Tobago completely free. Because we like to say we have free healthcare. But guess what? When you go to the hospital and the MRI machine break down, they're sending you to Culver Hall. Or sometimes they're sending you quite Trinidad and you have to pay for it. Under the PNM, those days will come to an end. Because if you walk into any hospital and the basic diagnostic services are not available and you have to go elsewhere to take it, then you will not pay, but the Tobago House of Assembly will pay. If you require surgery that for some reason is not available in Tobago and you have to go to Trinidad, you're not going to require your own accommodation. You're not going to require your own transport because the Tobago House of Assembly under the next PNMTHA will bear the cost for you to ensure that healthcare in Tobago is truly free.
You dig?
So we're fixing healthcare. But more than healthcare, more than tourism, more than agriculture, we have to fix the leadership here in Tobago. Because I hear a man saying that election day he wants to see Kelvin cry. The only thing I want to see is for our Chief Secretary to stop lying to you, the people of Tobago.
You dig? You dig?
Because in other places, when politicians go and lie to the public boldfacedly, they are normally run out of office. And I'm saying to you, the people of Tobago, we're looking very bad. We're looking very backward because we have the most liarest man on the island of Tobago as our Chief Secretary. And it was Patrick Manning who said, the late great Patrick Manning, he said, show me a liar and I will show you a thief.
You dig? You dig? You dig?
And I used to hear some people in Bucco Point saying, lie and thief live in the same house. And therefore it should not be strange to you that although $13 billion passed through the island, it's like if the THA over the last 4 years was getting its allocation in front of a big fund. Because as fast as they get it, it's blowing away and we're not seeing it. And I'm hearing that all the blue notes landing somewhere in South Trinidad. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the final Dansayad meeting. And I'm here to tell you that when we say Dansayad, we mean that we're putting Tobago first. When we say Dansayad, it means that charity begins at home. When we say Dansayad, it means that your belly in Tobago must full and your mouth in Tobago must full before anybody from outside of Tobago could eat from Tobago table. So ladies and gentlemen, freedom is coming. Freedom is coming on Monday. And I'm saying to the public servants who prayed for the work and who have endured victimization for the last 4 years, freedom is coming on Monday. I'm saying to the contractors who ain't get a work, who ain't get a project for the last 4 years, call up your 2,000 plus employees and tell them to get ready, sharpen their tools, sharpen their skills, start to grease up all your equipment, because after January the 12th, we're running all those South-based contractors out of Tobago and we're putting our Tobago contractors and our Tobago businesses first. Again, right out of here.
Contracts finally.
PNM.
Contracts
I am saying to the Tobago-based security companies, the staff that you had to send home for the last 4 years because they take away all your contracts to give them to securities come from Trinidad because they finance the campaign. I am here to tell you that no security company from Trinidad financed the PNM campaign. And therefore, when we get back into office, we're running them out of Tobago and we're giving those contracts back to our indigenous Tobago security company.
PNM.
To the Chief Secretary, who busy signing away all the lands that London buy in Friendship Estate and in Cove Estate, I am saying to you, you better tear up those documents, because when the next PNM-THA come in, we are taking back all of Tobago lands and ensure that those lands are used for the development of the people of Tobago and not in any underhanded deals. So Tobagonians, put them on notice, because for the last 4 years, the tide has been low and the anchor has been dropped. And I'm saying, get ready, get ready, get ready. Get ready to lift the anchor. Get ready to cut the rope, because the tide of the Red Sea is rising. And when the tide rises, the boat does rise with the tide. And I'm saying, get ready, because the boat is about to rise and we're moving out of shallow waters, because we're rising with the Red Sea of the PNM. And as we rise, we are getting to start the engine, because a new captain with a new team is about to take over, and we are about to steer the Tobago ship out of shallow, treacherous water and into prosperous seas, where we will go out and we will catch fish and we will feed our people, and we will go all the way to the promised land, where Tobagonians will be placed first again, where you will get back your money in your pocket and you will tell them to run away with the blueprint, because the only blueprint that should matter to you is the $100 bills that they have stolen from you, and you will take it back after January the 12th. And when you do that, only when you do that, and the PNM is back in office, only then will we say, great is the PNM, great is the island of Tobago, great are the people of Tobago, great, 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 and we shall prevail.
March out and sell march, you the people them want them not go take no talk when other party talk. Them song they start, when me say them song they start. So vote PNM today. Hansil not go play games no time. Him ready up enough fight, so YTP still a try fight. Hansil not in the talk.
I don't know if it have enough room up here, but I want to call up the rest of the team to join me up here as we dance a yard for the final time before election day. So Bethel New Grange, Sterling, Big Dog, Timothy, come in. Mason All North, Moriah, Kwesi Devines, come in. Brian Harris, Signal Hill, Patience Hill, come in. Dominic Curb and Accord Point, come in. Petal, Daniel, Benoit, Scarborough, Mangrace, come in.
PNM.
Kamisha Bacchus, Mount St. George, Goodwood, come in. Kelvin Morris, Darrell Springwim, come in.
PNM.
Shawnee John for Roxborough, Argyle, come in. Maxwell Roberts, Palatopia, Lansome, Speyside, come in. Akil Guy,
PNM.
Bethesda Lekoto, come in. Karen Forbes, Plymouth Blackrock, come in. And I want the Red Sea to flow to the front, Angels, come in. Robin Hosford, a.k.a. Abelford, Lambo Roland, come in. Anybody missing?
Hear them.
Make some noise for the team that will put Tobago first again.
Hear them. Hear them.
And your mandate a stronger hand, putting Tobago first again. 10,000 jobs, a future bright. Homes for families, a better life. We kept the faith through every fight. Now the vision shining light. Hospitals standing proud and tall. Community centers for one and all. From fishing bays to farmers' hands, we gave new hope across the land. We're moving forward, not looking back. A new direction, right on track. A vibrant leader, bold and wise. It until then is watch us rise. A brand new team with heart and might to lead Tobago to the light. Stronger together, hand in hand, we're building on this sacred land. Put Tobago first again. Let progress start again. From Roxborough to Scarborough, we're building back our tomorrow. From Belgrade into one accord, hope restored in one accord. A new mandate, a stronger hand, putting Tobago first again. Put it Tobago first again. Put it Tobago first again. Put it your future, clean green plan, opportunities for every man. Investing in youth, in sporting dreams, we're powering up our island teams. Agriculture, trade and pride, with unity standing side by side from coast to coast. Let freedom ring its key and then that Tobago brings.
This is a voice of the People's National Movement. Better than great. It's we time. New mission. It's a new wave, a new season. Red Army. Rise up, and stamp it.
So we vote in PNM, we vote in PNM, we vote in PNM. We red till we dead. Get that in your end. So we vote in PNM, we vote in PNM, we vote in PNM. We red till we dead. And that's what I said. So we fell up on the broken promises what them give to we. And we want change and that them pussy. We try them blues and them hypocrisy. Them chain way down sorry them pussy. Timothy that me a pre. We vote in PNM done sign and seal. Until then it's done forward the trend. Moving forward we not look back for them. I say we vote in PNM, we vote in PNM, we vote in PNM. We red till we dead. Get that in your head.
Only youths, new dance, they are like us. Only youths rockin' with the PNM. Everybody rollin' with the PNM. All step on from with the PNM. The PNM. New dance for the PNM. All the youths and all children. New dance for the PNM. Right foot, body say. Left foot, body say. Everybody just the body say.
Sweeping
Boko people.
PNM.
PNM people.
PNM.
Mr. DJ, take it down low for me. We not done yet tonight. I say we not done yet tonight.
PNM.
Listen to me. All you listen. The meeting's done, but the PNM now start. Tomorrow, Friday, somebody say, ready!
PNM. PNM.
All your Tobago didn't hear good enough. Somebody say, ready!
PNM. 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 PNM.
I want you to listen.
PNM.
I want you to listen to me.
PNM.
Listen to me. You see tomorrow, somebody said 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Somebody said 3 p.m. Somebody said council office. Man, we gathering up there. And at 3 p.m., the red wave, we're going to flow down into Scarborough. We flowing down smooth. I want everybody, put on your red jersey, put on your red socks, put on your red short pants, get your red bandana, and we ready.
PNM.
Coming down into Scarborough with a red fire. Tell them I say ready. All you hear what I say. Take it down. Take it down. Take it down. Hear what I'm saying? We still ain't done yet. Somebody say Saturday. Somebody say Market Square.
PNM.
We going and lean Tobago. We are we Youth Fest and we coming out hotter than them. We better than them and we redder than them.
PNM.
I want every young person, get your friend, get your cousin, get your brother, get your sister, call your neighbor children and tell them Saturday we heading across the Market Square. What is the time on Saturday? Tell me what is the time Saturday? We heading across there 4 p.m. and we go show them how PNM young people does do it.
PNM. PNM. PNM.
After, listen to me, settle down. Settle. After we do that, listen to me. I want to remind us all that on Monday, the 12th of January, everybody here, make sure you grab somebody. Make sure that somebody grabs somebody. And we convert this wave of excitement into votes for them. Votes from Charlottesville. Come all down to Scarborough. Go all down the way to Crown Point. Go across to 𝐓𝐇𝐄. Go all the way up to Mariah, back to Lansome. Vote, 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 vote.
PNM. PNM. PNM.
And when
You
the
dig.
voting process is done, we will all join in unison and sing, great is the PNM. Great is the PNM.
PNM.
Great is the PNM.
PNM.
And we shall prevail. Mr. DJ, run the tune.
A good friend of mine who told me we in big trouble in this country. This is Spain. You ain't sealing power again. And not see our MPs operating like dashboard puppies, talking clean. I can't vote for them boys again. To be on state boards in this country, your name have to sound like Paddy at talking clean. Not me and them boys again. I feeling the pain. I feeling the pain. I feeling the pain. I can't vote for them boys again.
March out and sell march. Are you the people them want them not go take no talk when other party them song they start. When me say them song they start. So vote PNM today. And say
play games, no time. Him ready up enough, fight. So 𝐓𝐇𝐄 still a try, fight. Hansel not inna the talk, him a go fix every road fi walk. From Cudla Hall, right back to Mason Hall. Ask Spacey about it, him nah stick. No feel P&M come fi catch kicks. A 4 years them get dark and them waste it. Some of this a sing back to basics. What P&M today? Hansel nah go play a game, no time. Him ready up enough, fight. So 𝐓𝐇𝐄 still a try, fight. P&M, vote for P&M, vote P&M, vote for P&M.
Sweeping time. Sweeping time. Oh, sweeping time. I was in the laboratory when somebody showed me him. Somebody said better not today. The boss could take care of them. And in this crowd was singing loud, going to the convention. When we walk in big spin and ting, oh Lord, what a session. In the hand was a plan and he started to jam. He hit them bam bam bam.